Hello, hello, hello. Hello, my Max. How are you, my dear? Mm. Well, didn't do anything. Oh, your second one, Max. Had to have an extra boost. These headphones make my hair go wonky. Mm.
Yeah, hello, Max.
Notifications take forever. It's always that awkward moment. Hey, paranormal side. How are you doing? Everybody's slowly rolling in. Slowly. Hello, hello, guys and gals. We're just waiting for everybody to roll in. So while we're waiting, why don't we talk, my dear? Saga did a strange thing.
Okay.
Hello, Brandex. Ah, Jeremy's other. So our little visitor is still stuck around. I call our ghostly friends visitors. And our little dog pulled another weird stunt. Were you awake to see that one?
No, honey.
Well, I had to fuss at our visitor for messing with her, and they started messing with her again. I was in the living room, and she just was standing there looking. You can probably see a little bit of her. And she wouldn't, she's looking into, I guess it would be part of our foyer in the living room. And she's not moving. She's just sitting there staring. So I had to fuss at them for messing with her. But remember the other incident we had the other day? I think it was what, Wednesday?
Yep.
Yeah, that was interesting. I thought I saw this little head pop in our doorway of our bedroom, and I yelled at our kid, perfect height, "Hey, Cassie, hello!" So I told my husband, I said, "Our kid's up," and he's like, "Well, I didn't hear him," and I was like, "I just saw his head pop, because he always usually pops over and sees if we're awake." So Ed gets up and he's like, "No, the kid's still sound asleep." Go figure. Our little ghostly friends right here.
Yeah.
playing tricks on us. So, are we ready to do our introduction?
Okay, yes, we are.
All right. All right, guys and gals. I am going to introduce Jeremy. He's with Paranormal Purgatory. Sorry. And he is just a wonderful guy. Why don't we throw him on here?
Hello, everybody. Hello.
All right. So let's get at it. What got you into the paranormal world?
Multiple different reasons. Started off living in Gettysburg, and of course, being young, growing up there, sometimes days would get boring. So, of course, they do the ghost walks. And me being a little booger that I would kind of sneak into the ghost walks and walk with them and listen to all the stories. Because, I mean, I knew of all the places, but I didn't know quite the stories about the ghost stuff. And it was always cool because they walked with a little lantern and dresses, as 1800s. So, I was fascinated to a sense, but that's not really what piqued it. Piqued it with when I was 9 years old, living in North Carolina. We experienced. So I don't know what it was. I don't know if you would call it a poltergeist or what, but we had stuff happen at our apartment where we lived, and it would open up cabinets, throw plates, stuff like that, and it decided to show itself. And then after it showed itself, it kind of led me to want to figure out why and how and what did I see and everything. So that, and like I said before, unsolved mysteries played a big part in that too.
Oh yes.
But yeah, my mom really was into the paranormal too, so it helped with wanting to keep going, I guess.
Right. That's very interesting. You probably hear my kid in the background.
We got rid of ours for the night, so you'd hear the same thing if mine was here. She'd probably be jumping somewhere right here if she was here.
Mm-hmm. Mine, he's a little shy. But
Mine ain't.
You can hear him play. But so at 9 years old, you experienced this. So that should be quite a little frightening in the beginning. Yeah.
I mean, to say the least. Yeah.
It's nice that your mom was in the paranormal, because that helps a whole lot. Because both my parents, even though they experienced something, being in the Bible Belt, it's okay to tell stories, ghost stories, all those. But if you say, I saw something, I experienced something, then people are like,
Yeah, it's either heaven or hell, and that's it.
Right.
See, that's the funny thing with me, because I'm not religious, but I would like to believe and stuff like that. So a part of me does kind of feel weird, because I would like to believe that we do go somewhere, and even if we do, why heaven and hell's real? We'll just say that, just so sake of argument. Why do we hear some of them people? Because I've had really, really religious friends, and they would say, that's demons. If it's a ghost or you're hearing somebody, it's a demon right off the bat.
Right.
I don't believe that. I do believe, yes, ghosts or a bad entity could play a child to get your trust. But not some of the stuff that I've captured and heard and seen. I don't believe they're all demons. So it's like, why? I mean, maybe do you choose to stay?
I have experienced things since I was 3. I saw my first full body apparition. It looked like like an actual person standing there. And then I heard things. I mean, I was constantly, almost every night, going to my parents' room, because I heard things talking and moving around my room. But they didn't understand it, and I was second too young to really explain. So for a while there, I experienced things. Then it kind of, I didn't experience anything, didn't see anything. And then right when I hit my teens, it came back, and it came back hard. And it has been that way. And I'm 48, so I've never come across a demon.
Yeah,
I mean, does it happen? Yeah, it does happen. So
I've came across mad maybe spirits, but never nothing dark. But then again, too, maybe I just haven't gone to the right place. And I don't want to say I would like to go to a place like that, but I would like to maybe see it. I don't know, because I'm scared, because if it's true and they can attach and all that, I don't want that, because I try to be as strong as I can going into a place. But if stuff happens like they say they do, I want to catch that kind of stuff. Like that, that'd be the creme de la creme of the stuff. But I have witnessed very angry and evil,
yes,
or just angry. I can't say evil, but very angry spirits, and you could tell. But yeah, no demons yet. But someday, maybe. Plane ticket.
Right. Like the Conjuring house.
Yeah, or Pavelia Island. That's my dream, to go to Pavelia Island.
The interesting thing is, the way I explain it to people is, who you are in life is who you will be in death.
Yep.
Hey,
that's
Crow.
What I say.
So if you are just a mean and nasty person, that's what you're going to get in death.
Yep.
100%. I've had an attachment, and then it followed me to Holland. And then having that history in Europe, blew my mind. I mean, I experienced so much. Hey, Get Spooky Society. Hey, guys.
Oh, hey, ladies. Hello.
Stephanie is just so sweet. So Max says, I believe that there are evil spirits because they may have been nasty when alive. Yeah.
Yep. But you mentioned something, but I won't say it yet because I know you're going to talk about it. But there was a place I felt like they sounded evil and dark, but the story that went with it, I don't think they were evil. Maybe mad at what happened, but some could probably think that they were evil and stuff like that. But I don't think they were. Like, I'm sure, because I think from what we were talking earlier, you're going to mention that and maybe show it. But that one could be misconstrued as just a mad, dark energy, but I don't think it was. But I think also too,
probably to scare people off.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was just getting ready to say. Yeah, just they were annoyed, they didn't want us there, and they wanted us gone real quick. Which, it's a sad story. Yeah. Whenever you show it, I'll tell the story about it. It's pretty sad about what happened.
So how long have you been doing this on like YouTube, posting your videos? And
the YouTube thing has only been going. The YouTube, me posting my evidence, has actually only been doing it for a year. Whenever I first started, I didn't really have. Well, for one, I didn't really have the knowledge on the computer, truthfully, at first, and all I had was a camera, a recorder, and just little small things. And then I met my wife, and she had all the other cooler stuff, but we still went. But mainly, I just put it on my computer, and all I had was EVPs. I had a couple cool pictures, but yeah, I didn't really have much until I started getting cameras, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to start posting my evidence, and it's really what I just on Facebook yesterday or today, I got the notification saying 1 year today is when you posted, and that was the old jail one. And the old jail one was the one that started it for me, basically.
That one was a good one. I
didn't even catch it.
Most of your stuff, and you get some good stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
really good stuff. And
I call it luck. I don't know. There's no other way I can explain it, because I mean, so I walk in and I don't even think I catch it. I'll even say it in my video, like it seemed really light, and then I go through the evidence and I'll catch something, at least if it's EVPs or whatever. But I feel like I've been lucky. Like I really do. I mean,
you get a lot of EVPs.
Yeah, unless Chambersburg is just that haunted for me or something. I don't know.
Okay. That's interesting. So the next question is, how do you pick your locations?
Some of them are stuff I've seen all my life and just never went into them. Some of them I have people message me and say, hey, I got a spot for you if you want to try. And then some we just stumble upon websites that we get on and check out, places that say they were haunted, or other YouTube videos that went to the same place. So, but I wanted to show this real quick since even though it's a little bit ahead of what we were talking about, but we were saying about like my mom, and she was into the paranormal, and I just so happened to come around all my paranormal stuff. Mm-hmm. Like that's the book that started it for me with reading into ghosts and stuff like that. I still have it. This thing is, I don't know how old it is. It's got to be at least 20 something years old. At least that's when she bought it for me. But that's the book that got it started for me, reading in it. And I still got it. I love that book. It's like one of my favorite books.
I gotta flip my page. I've got tons of notes. Tons.
Yeah. I have other... I need to get in touch with people around here, because there's more places I want to go to, more places I've had my eye on that are complete gems. It's just getting the permission to get into them is the hardest part. But if I can get in them, guys, I'm telling you, the stuff I would catch, because me and my wife got to go into one place not by accident, but a person allowed us in that I can't say who, where, or nothing, but all we had was just a camera. I don't even think we had I had a camera going, which is the old disc, but man, the stuff we caught in there just from a little hour tour is unreal. But someday,
that's awesome.
Someday I'll be allowed back into these couple places that in my area that are just
fingers crossed.
Yes, they have been. I've been bugging them too, every chance I get.
So let's talk about equipment you use.
All different kinds. My go-to, excuse me. My go-tos are obviously, my regular camera. I'll give a shout out to somebody. If you're in the Gettysburg area, there's a place called Gettysburg Ghost Exchange. Awesome people, Pam and Steve Barry. So if any of you guys would ever like to order paranormal equipment, they obviously have the shop in Gettysburg, but they also ship them out and all that. And all the names. I can't remember the name off the top of my hand. That's the stuff I use. But I'll use a vibration detector, K2. Not so much the EMF, because I already got the K2 there, and then I got the REM pod and motion balls. Really, I have others. But apparently some of them it kind of needs to be a little bit lighter out. More light for them to work, like shadow detectors and just regular motion detectors. But really, I guess I really only use a couple. That's why I don't even know why I take a dang duffel bag with me. I'll take every darn piece of equipment that I don't need for some reason, but I'll still take it along just in case.
I love the music box one.
Yes, I love that device, but it's weird because I can sit there and do all this and it won't go off, but I do that and it goes off. But that's only if it's close to us. If we put it in another room, it would work better. But yeah, that one, I can tell you what, if I'm ever at a place that has children or is known for children, and I place that in there and that thing goes off, I have a phobia of possibly catching a little child. Like that one would scare me. If I turn around and see a little girl or a little boy standing there, I'm probably, I don't know. I don't, they creep me out more. So, oh, the name of that stuff, that's right. It's Paratronics. That's the name of the equipment that I use. And
Oh, cool.
if you guys want a good IR light, check out Deadlight. He makes them himself, and man, them things are phenomenal. They work so good. So
That's
whoever
awesome.
would like a good IR light, check out Deadlight.
So another question is, have you ever had something follow you home?
We think so. We think so. Back when me and my wife met, I got a funny story with that, but I'll maybe tell that then. But when we first met, I was still living at my mother's house, and we would go ghost hunting and stuff like that. And my mom swore up and down. And she didn't know that I mean, some nights she would know we went out and went ghost hunting, but other nights she didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And she would know it right off the bat. She'd be like, "Did you guys go ghost hunting last night?" We're like, "Yeah, why?" And she'd be like, "This moved. Like, I know I sat it here, and yet it's gone now, and I don't know where it went." But our house here, yeah. Now, my wife's seen it, if I remember correctly, Bran, because I'm sure you're watching. I think she's seen it once or twice, something. But I would always see something down the hall and watch the TV, and I would think our little one's up, and it would go from left to right into our room like she would be going to the bathroom. And I would get up, in case she needs help wiping or whatever, and nope, she passed out in her room. It wasn't her, and I know I seen something run from one area to the other, but that's mainly about the extent of it. We never had voices. Well, we never tried. We never tried. Like, I don't want to ask. I've heard stories. If you try to ask questions, EVPs or anything that type, run a spirit box in your own house, you could be inviting them into your home. So I don't try that, but for the most part, yeah, just visual type stuff, and it'd only be for that night. Nothing ever stays. Knock on wood, because I do have a lot of objects. Like just in front of me here, I got a noose that was found in the attic of a house. I got a mirror that was found in a tuberculosis hospital that was handmade, supposedly. It's right in front of me. It's one of my favorite pieces.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, we got some weird stuff that could possibly have an attachment to, maybe. So I got to watch that. Because like I said, I'll sometimes find trinkets laying there or something, or stuff will be given to me. I don't be stealing stuff so nobody gets that idea or nothing. But, yeah, I don't want nobody thinking that. I don't walk out with a whole dresser or anything like that. But yeah, I got to watch that though, because I mean, I'm sure they can attach themselves. Oh, and another good object I like to use, I don't take it as much, but I got a REM pod bear too. But I take that if I know there was something to do with kids. If I have enough room in my book bag, because like I said, my 30 cameras and everything else, I got to make sure I got enough room in there.
Well, why don't we look at some evidence?
Let's
do it. The first one's going to be the Addams family house.
Yeah. I called it that because of the way it looks. The real name, if everybody would ever like to look it up, it's called the Windenmore Manor. I think is what it's called. Something very close to that. I don't know if I'm saying it right or not, but I think it's called the Windenmore Manor. And it was the Harris to sewing machine company. And the father, the male, was a Civil War veteran turned doctor or veterinarian or something like that. So it was a big, beautiful house. Big, beautiful house. Well, it was at one time.
Right.
It wasn't one time. It's a famous house. I actually saw it on that Obscura website. And that's how I found it. That's how I found a lot of these places. On Obscura, we'll say, talk about them and stuff like that. But
wow, cool.
Let's talk about that one.
Are you ready, dear?
I'm frozen.
He's frozen.
In their dark places. Yeah, I hope that too, Max. Like, it's always sad to hear that about children being stuck at places or something. It is sad. Like, the only time I've ever been emotional was at Trans Allegheny Lunatic Asylum, and I was in Lily's room, and I've never experienced it before. But I actually, I don't think the camera was pointed at me, but if it was, you guys would have seen my eyes welling up. Like, it was, I got emotional bad just because I don't know if she was letting me feel her pain, her sadness, but actually it hurt knowing that she was stuck there. Plus, since we're waiting for the video, I'll at least say other thing too about the Windemore Manor. The property on there, beautiful property. You walk up and there's like these old wrought iron gates, and then these trees. A lot of their vegetation, like plants and stuff, was imported from other states and other countries. And they had this real cool tree, and it was a huge, big round tree that had all the way around it had vines that also grew up the main thing of the tree, and it had like a little kid's seat grown into it with the vines around. Like, if anybody was a real good photographer, that place would have been photographer's dream. But
hang on.
I'm gonna leave you for a little bit, okay? I'll come back.
You have to restart, honey.
Yeah.
He's froze up on his side.
That's why I don't even try these streams. I have so much trouble.
Hey, Frank. It's awesome to see you.
Let me see the chats too. See, the only thing is the chats. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I gotta click the thing for mine to work, I guess. Kinda.
Let's see. Your other half says heard the doorknob make noises.
What was it? What'd she say?
She heard the doorknob make noises.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yep. Sounded like somebody was coming in the door. I forgot about that one. Yep. Well, since we're also waiting about that, I might as well tell this story. So, when I met my wife, I took her on her first date. I just got new equipment in. It was a parabolic dish, and I was so excited about it. I was playing with it at the house, and then all of a sudden it was time for our date. Took her on her date, and I was thinking about inviting her back, and I was like, oh no, I got all my ghost hunting stuff sitting out, and she's gonna see it. She's gonna think I'm a goofball or something. I don't know if she's into that. Well, I think I might have mentioned it to her when after we got done eating. I asked if she would like to come back, and I was like, I just want to let you know. I said, you're gonna see some stuff on my counter. I was like, it's ghost hunting stuff. I was like, I just didn't want you to think that was weird. And she was like, oh my God, you love ghost hunting too? She's like, so do I. I got a K2 and I got this. And I should have known it because the night we met at a Halloween party, and she had a Taps hoodie on. And I thought that was just what she was wearing for Halloween. But come to find out, she was a fan of the paranormal. And that's who kept me going with the paranormal, of actually going to all these different places and stuff like that at first. But now, bless her heart though, because now that we got children and all that, she stays here with the kids so I can go. Plus, she don't like going into like real nasty, not dark, but places that she could get hurt or whatever.
Right.
But she'll go to the ones that she knows she's okay at, like the old jail, John Brown house, certain stuff like that. Yep. So at least I got somebody that's supportive, in my paranormal endeavors.
That's awesome.
Yes.
See, my husband, he didn't believe in anything. He didn't believe heaven or hell or anything like that. So, I call them visitors because they always pass through. And so when I was in Holland living with him, I introduced him to the spirit world quite quickly and unexpectedly.
I mean, it's around. It's everywhere. People don't understand that. Like, if you just listen, sometimes you will hear something And I can't stand when it does happen. Now, you always debunk the stuff you catch. Always try to find out any other logical reason. But when there is none, and they'll still say it was nothing. It's not. It's like, come on, man. Come on. Because I have a friend. Actually, the funny part is the friend that helped me find the shadow at the old jail. I didn't even see it. Like I said, I was just panning because we heard a whistle. So I was turning around to look at everybody. And he's the one that messaged me and was like, hey, you might want to take a look at that right before that whistle. He's like, I think I see a shadow. And I mean, a lot of the times I'll have people say, hey, check this out. It was this. And I go look and a lot of the times it is stuff, but a lot of times it's not. You know what I mean? And some people believe that what they see was it, but half time it's not. So when he said it, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll check it out. I kept putting it off because he didn't believe in the paranormal, so I didn't think he would actually look. But lo and behold, yeah, no, I mean, and he caught it by accident. He had his phone playing at work, just sitting there, and he just so happened to look over at his phone, and he saw a flash, and then after the flash he saw something, and I mean, so if it wasn't for him,
that's awesome.
I mean, I'd still be doing it, but I probably wouldn't be at least where I'm at with like subscriber count and all that stuff, because that really helped, and it got me to want to go back even more, which I'm going to talk to the guy I was just thinking about today. I'm going to call the guy again. So if also anybody's in the Chambersburg area and you want to check out the old jail, it's in Franklin County, Pennsylvania. They do ghost tours. They do regular tours. You should check it out. That place 100% has a resident spirit. 100%. When we went back, I don't know if it was the same. I don't know if it was the same spirit, but we had a spirit talking to us the whole time, saying whatever. Like, he wasn't too happy with us either. And we think it's the spirit that he was in there for child support, and it wasn't much. Well, I mean, when you hear about the price today, it wasn't much, but I'm sure in the 18 or early 1900s it was. But he was only supposed to be in there for a little bit of time. That would have been it. And then he got out, went out, killed his wife, and then obviously came back for life. And that was his cell area right there. So we're thinking that's who it was. So that's why we were kind of, because I don't like intimidating or doing any of that kind of stuff, but that guy, we kind of feel like push it a little bit. I still won't be disrespectful or nothing like that, but I'll push it a little more than normal, to try to, I don't know, I guess get them mad to say something, I guess. I don't know. Because I guess I still treat them like people, I guess, even though they're not anymore. But I guess if I'm mean to them, maybe they can follow me home. I don't know. Who knows?
Are you ready, hon?
Yeah.
Okay. There we go.
This might be in slow-mo a little bit.
Do you have the sound on?
Oh. I was going too fast. I'm sorry.
Telling you, there's something.
God bless technology, man. God bless technology. That's why I hate trying to live stream out in there.
The video come up.
It came up for a minute, but it was in slow mo and no words or no sound. Yeah, we didn't even read into the story about that place. We just knew the backstory of like what it was and who owned it, but we didn't know. If I would have known more, I probably would have hit it harder. I'd like to go back, but a lot of these places you don't know if they're still sanding. I heard they're selling the property, and they still. I mean, I know they got multiple acres with a lake or I don't know, I wouldn't call it lakefront, but it is technically because their property runs up to the lake. But yeah, they want a lot of money for it. But I'm sure it's for the property. But I'd love to go back to these places, but I never know if they're still standing. Oh, you guys still there? Am I on here alone? Am I still on here with everybody? Hello, hello. You sure how to make togas? You guys still there? What's going on here? I think I lost you guys because I'm still on here. Well, I'll at least entertain you guys for a little bit. I can't see no comments unless it's there we go. New comments. Yep, she's gone. Everybody else is there. Oh, okay. What? Who just said what? You're on OnlyFans now? What? Okay. Well, I was a little weirded out here. I thought oh, I'm all alone here. I'm about to talk to everybody. I don't want to ruin what we were talking about. I even went out, guys, and tried to get all pretty for everybody. Got all trimmed up and nice just for tonight. Because, guys, this is my first podcast. I've been wanting to do podcasts for a while. So, you guys got to take my virginity to that one. And if anybody knows of any areas in the Gettysburg type area, please go over to my channel, message me. And to whoever is not subscribed, please subscribe to me. I appreciate that. It helps. We can see you, Brandon. You can see your face right here.
Somebody said how many videos you have. Can you see the comment?
I seen it at first. How many videos I have is, I don't know, 50, 60, something like that. I try to put up a video a week. Try to, depending on, I don't know, depending on, timing and how much. Well, thank you, Casey, for just subbing. I'm trying. I'm keeping everybody. Well, thank you, Paranormal Side. I think I'll watch you guys. I watch a lot of you guys. Like Get Spooky Society. I'll watch you ladies. Love y'all stuff. And that's the thing, like Paranormal World, so it's not small, but it is small. Like it was big 10 years ago, and now it's not as big as it was, And I feel like a lot of paranormal investigators will push out other investigators because they don't want, I don't know, I guess maybe they don't want them to jump in. Oh, okay. So their name. Sorry, guys. I'm checking comments. I hate that because I got to look at comments the same time because I don't know if I can't see myself when the comments are up. But, well, thank you, Max. And I hope my people, which I haven't seen too many of my people, I don't know. I had my people on here that I was trying to tell them to, hey, Bran, if you can you go over to my channel and message people and tell them to go to those links I sent so they can jump over here also. But, yeah, it's just, I guess people don't want other people to find stuff, I guess. whenever there's other paranormal investigators. But if you guys are close to the Gettysburg area, I mean, hit me up. I'm always willing to, go with other people, even if they have a channel, YouTube channel, I'm down to collab with people. And, if they have more than me, help me. If I have more than you, I help you. I feel like a lot of these other channels that are big get notoriety for entertainment, which, entertainment's cool. I like being entertained, but I'm trying to do it to find out why we hear stuff, why we hear, see, why they communicate to us, versus sometimes playing out their normal thing. So I hope you guys are coming back here. Yeah. Oh, you're in Canada, Casey? Oh. Yeah, I love history too. My crazy experience? I have actually so many. I don't know. It's hard to pinpoint it down. Man, I don't know. I guess you could say well, Paranormal Side, if you ever hit me up and you're in Gettysburg, please do. I'll get over you guys. And I was thinking about going this weekend somehow, or if not this weekend, I'm going next weekend. But the craziest place and experience I've had, I had two. Yeah, Wilson Witches. Well, that's what I mean. I have so many. Wilson Witches, when me and Bran went, we kept smelling sulfur, which we never smelled it there before, but it smelled like it would follow us. Like it'd go away. We'd walk to another end, we'd smell it again. And then all of a sudden we started hearing we didn't hear it with our own ears. We caught it in EVP. So it sounded like a chant. Like it was like, Aja, ba, ba, jo. Like that's exactly what it sounded like. Hey, there you are, Tamara. See? I was wondering where my people were showing up. And then EVP at the same place, same night. Also, Brandy was asking a question or whatever, and it was like, she's a bitch. Excuse my language, but that's what it said. Another experience is Skinner's Tavern. That place was completely insane. Completely. We've heard full-blown conversations as two males sitting there drinking, having a time, and everything. And footsteps above us. We heard a kid go, kind of like Nelson or something, whatever his name was. Yeah, I said to be, I try not to curse. Sometimes I do a lot. It all depends. Like I try not to curse on camera, but sometimes potty mouth comes up. But and then when I was a kid, we lived in a place. It was a military barracks because we lived in North Carolina near Camp Lejeune, or maybe I think it was Camp Lejeune, kind of. At least that's where we stayed. Our stepdad went to Camp Lejeune, and which was those ladies from the retro rock combo. Anyways, yeah. But cabinets would open up, refrigerator door, all kinds of stuff like that. Radio stations, it was the old dial you'd spin, and it would go back and forth where you'd see the dial, and it whatever it was did not like country. It only liked rock and roll, and it would go right back to rock and roll. Stepdad would change it back to his country, and then you could hear all the stations click, 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 right back to rock and roll. And then laying in my room, I was 9 years old. I had my back turned, kept the door open, of course, because I was scared, because I already knew stuff was happening. Oh, there's actually another part. Sorry. Before all that, we had an RC car. We asked we took the batteries out to charge it because we were playing with it and all that, and then started moving a little bit. So my mom was like, take all batteries out, remote and everything. So we know there's no reason it should be moved. So we took batteries out of the remote, obviously the battery out of the car was already out because we were charging it. And my mom says, if there's a spirit here, make yourself known. And the thing just started, and it stops, starts going, goes in a circle, and then right up my mom's leg. So we took out running from that place. And that's when we knew, okay, something's here. But then we were, oh yeah. Well, And when that paranormal comes back here, I don't know what else to do. Oh, hold on. Let me try this. Hold on, guys. Hold on a second. Sorry. I'm going to message them. Okay. But after that, I was sleeping, laying on my back. I don't know how long it was. It might have been a few months later, a few weeks. I was 9, so it was a while ago, to remember all this. But I was laying on my back, sleeping, passed out, and I started feeling this. First, I started feeling like a cold breeze, weird feeling, scared, just like a frozen feeling. And I laid there, and I didn't feel it. It went away. And then all of a sudden, I'd feel it again. Okay. And started feeling the breeze again, uneasy feeling and stuff like that. I was ignoring it. I'm like, truthfully, I didn't know that it would be paranormal. So I just let it go. Maybe I thought AC was kicking on. And then the third time, I'm sitting there feeling it again. And all of a sudden, like something like nudges me. And I turn around to look, thought maybe my mom came in, stepdad, whatever. And nobody's there. And the way the door came in, it shined the light on me. And that's it, where my bed was. But in front of me, in front of my bed, was a dresser with a mirror, completely dark in a way. And I just remember seeing this silhouette. Well, I usually do live chat, so I like to talk sometimes. Plus, tell my story on why. But I started, like, my eyes started focusing. I'm looking, and I started seeing a silhouette of a person. And at first, it didn't look like a silhouette. Like the best way I could explain it, it looked like water, clear. Well, water is clear, but like water, smoke, something like that. And it starts like, it kind of moves a little bit. And it's like, it looks like it's trying to form. And then all of a sudden I can see it. Like it's a person. And I don't see anything else below the waist down. I can only see waist up, and I can see arms. I see a shirt. I see a hat. I don't know what kind of hat it was. Like, I just remember the way it was shaped. It almost reminds you of like an old chimney cleaner hat, not an Abraham Lincoln hat, way shorter, but that's what it looked like when I was a kid. And I'll tell you why. But and then I started getting scared. Like, I'm like moving. I'm like trying to think about running. I'm probably half whimpering and crying. And all of a sudden I see the arm, and it starts to go like this. Well, when I start seeing an arm, I don't know if he's going to run or what at me, because he was only 5-6 feet away from me, right in front of me. So I remember jumping over my banister, headboard type thing, jumping over and knocking on mom's door. Well, my door was right here. Mom's door is right here. That thing could still reach out and grab me. So I remember just pounding on the door, and I can see it. It looks like it's like doing this, like it's looking at me like, what are you doing? Well, my mom ripped me in. She didn't believe me that I saw something. She just thought I was being scared. Even though we've had plates on the floor, cabinets being open, refrigerator, everything inside the refrigerator out, RC car move, she thought I was just still being scared until she started hearing me like scream, bloody murder. She didn't even look. She just opens the door big enough for me to get in. She reaches in, whoop, yanks me in. She said I was pale, white, sweating, screaming. But now that I think about it, I'm thinking what it was doing, because he saw me being scared, and I think it was telling me like, calm down, it's okay. And now that I think about it, because I said about the hat, because we lived in a marine area, the marine hats, they're really starched and they kind of go up. I don't know what the new ones look like, but I know back in the late 80s, they're really starched, and it kind of went up, and it kind of would look like a hat the way I was looking at it, like a brim top hat, but not tall. And I think it was a Marine or a military guy, maybe, because he loved us. It's weird. He loved me and my mom. He would never mess with us in a bad way. He would let himself know. He did not like my stepdad, did not like him. And I think he knew that, he was a jerk face, a doo-doo head. So that's one story. And then I lived in a place that's in the mountains. I was living in Florida. Buddy told me move back home. You know, it was going crappy down there, so I come back home, new employment, stuff like that. Come back home. Well, while I move in there, he's telling me, "Hey, man, just to let you know, there was a murder-suicide here." And I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "Where?" He's like, "Well, in one of the rooms." I said, "What? The room you sleep in?" He's like, "No." He's like, "Why would I sleep in one of those rooms?" So I'm like, "Well, which room is it?" He's like, "I'm not telling you that." He's like, "You'll be fine." So I just found the room, put my stuff in there, started sleeping. And he'd leave for the week to work. And I'd be there alone. And because I worked right up the street, he left town. So I'll be there after work, sitting there with the dogs, because he had 3 dogs. He had 2 boxers and a pit bull. And knowing that a place was kind of creepy, those were my buddies, even though they would have been my buddies regardless. But anyways, they would always I'm sitting on the couch, watch TV, and the dogs would just stop, and you just see them watching something up the steps. And then once they got out of their sight, they'd right back to normal, bite, chewing their bones or whatever. But they'd all 3 stop and just watch something. So I'd push them, like, stop it. Like, quit. What are you looking at? Well, having said that, spirit. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's why I do what I do. Like, I do it to find out what we hear, why we hear, and stuff like that. But oh, I just now read my wife's comment. Water's not always clear, yeah, especially not where you're from. Water's never clear where you're from. But so I'm sleeping in the bedroom. I got the 2 dogs laying on my feet, like we're at my feet, and then the other dog's kind of like on my thigh, and I'm laying on my side, passed out, and all of a sudden I start hearing this slow, like, breathing. It's like, now, mind you, I'm a heavy sleeper, and I'm ignoring it. I don't know if I'm dreaming or what, but I think I pissed it off by ignoring it, because it starts, and it gets louder and louder and louder till it's screaming in my ear, like, ah. I was freaked out so much that I had to scream. I was like, "Hey!" And when I did, I remember jumping up when I did it, and I wanted to look at the dogs. So I was like, is it a dog laying near me and breathing in my ear? The dogs were all at my feet, like, and hey, psst, knock it off. And cat, sorry guys. And no dogs were near me. There should have been no reason why I heard that. And there was definitely something in that room. Well, I asked my friend, which was a mistake. I told him the story, and there's 2 parts to this whole thing. Yeah, it wanted me to hear it. It was wanting me to get it wanted to get its attention or whatever. You know what I'm trying to say? And I wouldn't. And I think I was pissing it off that I wasn't paying no mind to it. Well, my buddy came home that weekend finally, and I tried to sleep downstairs. I didn't really try to stay there much. I might have went to my mom's house and stayed for a night or 2. But having said that, now my buddy that I lived with, he's a goofball. He's a little prick sometimes. So I told him the story. Well, he thought it'd be funny that night to go crawling in the room at 3 a.m. and go up and lightly grab my arm and scare the crap out of me until I noticed it was him, and he started laughing. But I did. I mean, I got the crap scared out of me, because I mean, he's reaching up all slow, and he just like grabs my hand and puts sand down. So I freeze up. I'm laying there. I'm like, oh my God, he's back. He's back. He's gonna come get me again. And then he reached up again, grabs me again, even harder. He could have kept it going, and I would have been scared shitless. But the only reason it gave it away, because he's sitting down there like laughing, trying not to laugh. So I, yelled at him and hit him with pillows and crap like that. But come to find out, he told me after that and everything else, he was like, I hate to tell you, he's like, this is the room it happened in. He's like, this is the room that the brother shot his brother and then shot himself. And he pointed up and showed the bullet hole. Hey, you're back.
We're back. We had complete internet outage. Complete.
Technical difficulties.
Gotta love it. And I gotta say thank you, Crow, for checking on me and seeing what the heck is going on.
Yes. Because I didn't know what to do. I was like, well, should I get off? I don't know what I should do here.
Oh, you gotta love this.
I should have told you one thing. I should have wore a diaper doing this. I gotta pee and I don't know what to do.
Go and I'll talk to everybody and
Okay. Yeah, I really gotta go. Hold on. I'll be back.
I'm so sorry, guys. Go figure. Complete internet outage in our area. So fingers crossed. Oh, that's good. We were like running around, freaking out, trying to fix everything. So, fun. Thank you, Cassie. Oh my goodness. And then our kid he's going, trying to go online on his PS4. And it's like, stop. I know, Frank. What can you say, Gotta love it. So hopefully it won't go out again. We'll see. And my dog's laying next to me going, what are you doing? Don't do that. They'll kick us off. Yeah, I like Jeremy. He's a really cool guy. He is. Now, hopefully.
Should we scare Skinner's Tavern at the moment?
Yeah, hang on. He's not back yet.
Oh, very low.
Go figure. Hey, Tamra. He is a good dude. I like him. All I got to do is laugh. I mean, it's like really dumb luck.
There we are. I'm back. Thank you.
You're welcome. Had to apologize to everybody. You got some compliments going on.
Thank you.
Tamra.
Yeah, that's one of my buddies.
I know her.
Oh, okay. See?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Max. No, we had to scream at him. Get off your PS4.
I got to do the same thing with mine when I'm uploading videos. I'm like, is everybody off the tablets?
Right.
It'll take forever. Plus, where we live, we got crappy Wi-Fi in the mountains. Well, near the mountains.
Unfortunately, I mean, I'm not that far from the city, so there's no reason.
Except
I
our
don't even know. There's no storms, nothing. Okay, so I think we're going to do Skinner's Tavern. You want to tell us about that location?
Yes, that's one of my favorite places. It is 1700s tavern. I'm guessing it started off strictly as a tavern at first. George Washington actually wrote about that place during his Whiskey Rebellion about visiting it. So he actually mentions it by name. There's two of them in that area in Upper Strasbourg. That one that we went to was, I think, the one owned by his son. His one was down the street a ways, which I think they said that one's gone now. So I've seen it, and I've totally forgot about the place. And I have a friend that used to live, well, he went there as a kid, but his family owned it. And then they sold it to another friend that I knew and was like, check it out, man. Go check it out. And I did. And I totally forgot to play. Like I said, I have a friend that lives right up the street. I remember seeing it all the time. And we just wanted to check it out. But it had many different things. A tavern, 1700s, hotel,
Wow.
post office. I mean, there was probably so many things it was. General store. And you can see two different things. There's an old, on the left, there's an old stone side. And then they build on the bigger part, which is the brick side. That was probably the hotel and everything else. But the old stone side's the 1700s. That was the tavern, stuff like that. Place is amazing inside. I mean, it could be amazing. I mean, it's obviously was run down, but it's sold now. So I've heard they've been fixing it up. And it's actually, they said it's actually kind of nice now. And they see my videos. They've seen the videos and they think it's cool that their place is haunted.
That's awesome.
But I want to try to talk to them to see about, because I heard they're not living in it, that I don't know what they're going to do. Maybe fix it up and sell it again, make money off of it. But I want to talk to them to try to at least one more time, at least, because that's where I heard, and at least heard all the most amazing stuff I've ever actually heard with my own ears and know for a fact it was us, nobody else. There was nobody there. That place is amazing.
So I'm going to tell everybody, when you're listening to Jeremy's videos, you've got to have your headphones. You have to have your headphones.
I don't know if there's sound yet.
You got to check the sound, honey.
Because that's the good one right there. That one right there just popped up. That one you didn't even need headphones for. That one was loud. And it actually did.
Sound.
And it actually didn't say all pretty I am. That's what I thought it said. And I listened to it over and over. And it doesn't. And I think it says all critters are here or something. I think it's a name they were trying to give us. And right there is where we told Lindsay too. Because he don't hear stuff like that. I think he's paying attention to the camera. And we had to stop. Like, that's what we were doing right here. We were getting ready to go walk and look. Because I was like, dude, I swear there's somebody here. And there wasn't. And then we caught a light mist coming out of that doorway right there.
They said it's the volume is low on it.
Yeah, you can't. I didn't hear it on my end.
Don't look at me that way.
No, the original video is
Huh?
they can see the original video.
You can type that, buddy. Oh my God. Oh.
But when that one right after, I think it was like right whenever the EVP that said help, which that one was a faint one. But Lindsay looked at me and was like, "Did you just hear it? Like, are you hearing this?" I'm like, "Of course I am. I for some reason can hear stuff better than he can." And like I said, it just sounded like two males sitting there at a tavern drinking. Like and it was a really bad storm that night, lightning like crazy. Rain was hitting off the tin roof, and I do like I told you. I know water drips can sound like voices, like when it's dripping into a puddle. I do know that, but that wasn't water dripping into a puddle or whatever. That was two deep voiced males just as they're just sitting there having drinks, talking, having a good old time. Let's see some of that. I don't get to see how they.
He's posting the link to the video. Oh my God.
Well, we can at least tell them too. We'll go down and at least tell them, because I mean, I told them all, sub to my video, check them out. because
they're good. I mean,
yeah,
like I said, I've gone through. I ain't joking. I started Monday and literally went through the whole week through all your videos.
awesome. At first we were new at recording. Plus, I had Lindsay, and bless his heart, he's a young kid, so he likes to get distracted because I mean he's a teenager. So he'd get on his phone and not know that he's pointing at a wall for 20 minutes straight, not looking at anything. But I mean, he started getting really good, better at the end. So, but yeah,
I noticed it's gotten much better over time. It's gotten so much better. And I noticed Lindsay has been picking up on things as well.
Yeah. Well, because I keep trying to tell him, like, I mean, I was like, you got to be in tune. But I think I don't know if he's just trying to pay attention to camera or I don't know. I don't know what he's paying attention to. He's still young. I think he's 20. I think he just turned 20. He's a good guy. Wow. If you guys go to my Facebook page, I will say this: his dad's not doing good. He has a tumor in his brain. He has tumors in his lungs. He got a gamma knife, and I think they got rid of the ones in his brain. They're working the ones on his lungs, but now he's in a wheelchair because he complained about leg pain, and now come to find out he has tumors on his spine, and now he can't walk. Oh. But they have like I guess like a GoFundMe. I think I shared it on my regular Facebook page. I will go over. Actually, I'll get that and put that onto my YouTube page. And even if you guys can just share it onto your pages or other pages, because he's a really good guy. He is. He's a dang good guy. And plus Lindsay too. He's a good kid, really good kid. So if anybody can just share his stuff and help his dad out, I mean, because it scared me because he just this past weekend we went out and investigated, and he wanted to tell me, thank me for taking his son under my wing, and being a good friend to him. And it just hurt to hear him say that, because it's almost like, why is he telling me that? Is it, is he scared that it might be close? So if you guys could please, like I said, I'll put it in my YouTube page and the community channel, or the community part. If you guys can just share it too.
I'll go to your Facebook page and I'll share it on mine as well.
Yeah, please do. They're good people. They are, and it's sad to have that. And he was just fine. Like, I mean, it's crazy how fast it happened. But yeah, if you guys could please just share it and try to help any way you can.
Definitely. Because I didn't realize he was that young. I thought he was a little bit older. And
no, he's just an old soul. He's young, but he's an old soul. Yeah, he's a good kid. He is. And I was amazed. I think he likes the part of just going into abandoned places and, stuff like, because believe it or not, that boy's not scared. That boy is not scared. He'll do stuff like Boyd's, the Addams family house. If you watch the video about middle of the way through or something, we're upstairs, and I feel like I'm his daddy too. I'm growling at him because he's walking, because this house is like falling apart, cracking, and I'm yelling at him to, like, don't walk across there, man. I don't want you to get hurt. But he'll do it. But he likes that stuff. But he has a channel too, Caligula's Adventures. The link's in the description on my YouTube page, and every one of my videos. So if you guys want to check it out too, give him a like, and if you can, or whatever.
Are you ready to do his next video?
Yes, ma'am.
And that's the Kreiner
house?
Kreiner farmhouse.
Yep. That one I don't have much history. I cannot hardly find too much, except for a man lived there, worked at a train yard in York. He was a drunk and kind of a butthead, and he got fired for stealing batteries. I don't know why. I mean, he worked at a train yard. I'm sure he made a little bit of decent money, and he got fired for stealing batteries. And they said he just drank himself to death, is what they tried to say, I guess. But I cannot find nothing else. Beautiful house, but can't find too much.
Frank, I swear, you're a little troublemaker.
This right here, somebody tried to tell me this was lens flare. One person said that. but it's right there where the circle is.
Right.
Now you can see a lens, like, shininess on the right side of that door, but my buddy pointed out the way I'm moving, that white speck would also be moving.
Right.
And there is no way from that night was another good night. It was very active. There's no way that's a lens flare. No way. Because it would still be there too, because you could still see the shininess on the door. Yeah. Now I still could be wrong. But I feel like that was not lens flare at all. Because we got, right before that, I knocked on a window. I mean, literally right before that. I don't know how, if it was 5 minutes before or whatever, but I knocked on the window. And a woman actually responded back and was like, hello. So I don't know if she thought I knocked on the door and she was just, replaying that out. And then we were on the steps, and to us, it sounded like a man cleared his throat, like, but I think he said something. I think he said something, and I didn't know, but it sounded like he cleared his throat, like right above us on the third floor. Just, and that place I like that place. I do. That's a really good place also.
That's awesome. Now, you want to play the next one. The next one, the old jail. Oh, Lord.
The old tried and true. There's a lot of history on that place. Underground Railroad. There's tunnels that also used to lead from the jail to the actual old courthouse. And this is the one where I said I missed it. We didn't even know we caught this. My buddy actually pointed this out to me. And I went back to the jail months later and to try it. And there's no way. The windows are too high. Yeah. For my shadow, I was the first one in front. Yeah. Lindsay was behind me. Those lights that are out in the street, that's a static street light, it's not even bright enough to cast that light there. And two, it's a one-way street with cars going the other way. So there's no headlights that are coming that way. And those doors are at least, 2.5, 3 feet thick. To get my shadow to go around that corner,
it's impossible.
It's impossible. And you would see, I feel like you would see my legs also behind that.
There it is.
Bed. Now, if you go through there and also slow it down more on the original old jail, now this is my greatest captures video. But if you go to the original old jail one, if you pause it at the right time, it also has a long hand. Once it stands up, you'll start to see a hand. And I swear to goodness, its hands all long and creepy looking. My daughter, actually, I put a video up of me and her pretending to go hunt in the house, and you'll hear her say it. You're like, and with the creepy hand, because she's seen it. I showed her the hand, and it's creepy. I don't know what it is, but I think that's the guy that killed his wife over child support. And there's a body that's still missing. They do not know where the body is to this day, in the dungeon downstairs in the cellar. I did the original video, the very first old jail video. We were down in the cellar, and we were doing a sensory deprivation. And I didn't know this, but I could hear a woman scream real loud. Well, and I had to have the headphones I had on were the ones that go over your ears. Nobody can hear it. It went through my headphones, and also you could hear it in the camera, but it wasn't audible. Like nobody else could hear it coming through my headphones. It wasn't like that. Right. But yet my camera. So I think that was an EVP that somehow she used the energy waves to talk. Because both things, and it creeped me out how loud it was and the way it screamed. Like I threw off the headphones. I was like, oh, F that. I'm done. I'm done. I was like, that was way too weird.
And I know I had even picked up a whistle.
Yes. When we caught that shadow, that's what got us to turn around, was a whistle. And believe it or not, I think the ladies being there helped us, because I think they saw women. So they wanted to, play old Dapper Dan to the ladies over there. So I think it really helped us that night. Yeah. Yeah. But that's what made us turn around to even thank God we heard that whistle, because who's to say we probably would have never caught that ghost or caught that shadow.
Right. And Tamara says, oh, I like that jail.
That place is all, because they used to do a Halloween thing there. And they still kind of do. They did it right before COVID, but they used to do it for years. But they still have the original gallows there. The stockades are there. The place is awesome. They had the Underground Railroad. They still have, if you look, I don't know if it's the original video or the new old jail video. They still have the original graffiti downstairs where they would, because back then they segregated people, and they had the African Americans downstairs, and they had, and some of the names are names that the last names are known around here in my town. So to see them, to know that was probably their grandfathers, it's kind of crazy. But yeah, that place, but there's still a body. Like I said, they do not know. A guy was cheating on a guard's wife, or no, he was a very high influential person in Chambersburg, but he was an inmate. Or no, sorry, let me back that up. He wasn't an inmate yet, but he was messing with this lady. The husband found out, got him put in jail. While he was in jail, he paid off the guards to pull him down into the cellar, and they beat him to death. And after that, nothing. They don't know where he's at. They don't know if they took him outside. And they said it would have been hard for them to take a body out of a jail without nobody seeing them, take him to wherever and bury him. So they think somewhere. They tried to get ground penetrating radar to scan the floors down there in the cellar area. But the person that was supposed to do it, they haven't got a chance to. And there's also the Underground Railroad actually goes through there. There's actually spots that you could see where they used to hide people, like in the old fireplace. There's a place in one of the dungeon cells, I guess. There was a doorway in there, and they used to put stuff up in front of it when the slave owners would come to look for the slaves that would run away. So they would put stuff in front of the doorway so you couldn't see them. It's a pretty cool place. It is. It's a really cool place. His name is Neil. If anybody would ever like to go there and do a tour, whatever.
Very cool. That is so cool. I bet it's got a lot of residual energy.
It's insane. It is. It is insane there. Awesome place. And the warden used to live there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they lived on property. So there would have been kids there also, because the wardens had, lots of kids. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's crazy. Let's see. Let's do the Moundsville Prison.
Ooh. Well, that one says Mountain House there. Mountain Murder House.
Yeah. He has skipped things. Okay, so this is the Mountain Murder House.
Yeah. That place, we were told by a friend of mine about this place. And he just said, and a lot of this stuff was weird. A lot of stuff, we caught a lot of stuff, but it was so faint. So faint. But the stuff there that we caught was almost very dark sounding. Like it was unusual to hear some of the stuff that it was saying. Like, I can't explain it. Yeah, it was a very dark place. Yeah. We don't know really what we just always heard the urban myth, because every town has an urban myth of something, and apparently the guy killed people there. I've heard different stories. I heard the guy and the family would kill people that would come through there, travelers, whatever. They would kill them. They would hire people to help. They'd kill them. Like, I've heard different stories. Then I heard the guy there killed the family. So basically, I mean, somebody supposedly killed somebody, I guess. I mean, it's an urban myth, so I don't know how much is real. Yeah. That's Schudecker Mansion.
This one.
That was a daytime.
Oh, yes.
I truthfully didn't think I was going to catch anything. I was just going there to show people. But the stuff I caught there, I've never been told. I am sometimes, especially being by myself. I don't like being by myself, venturing off. That's why I didn't like to go too far. But I've never been told I was scared by a ghost. And they actually told me I was scared.
Yes, I heard that.
It says, you're scared.
And let's see.
That's the one where it had a weird voice. It was like, please. It was real low and deep sound in there.
Yes, it was. And I also heard "Get out of my house now."
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
That one was crazy. I had to
Yeah.
listen to it a couple of times, but you can hear. I mean, I heard clearly, "Get out of my house now."
Yeah.
And that I was like, okay.
And these people at that place, the Schudecker Mansion, they owned the Jean Bonnet Tavern, which is a famous tavern that is haunted also down the street from Bedford, PA. So they were the owners. I don't know if they're original, but they lived there and also owned the bar down the street, which I'm gonna feel bad because I just talked to the guy, Jason Sommers. Oh man, it's gonna make me mad because I know his channel and it's not Kenosopia Explorations. I'm sorry, Jason Summers, if you're watching. I'm sorry, buddy. I have so many different channels in my head, and I know it's Kenosopia, Keno. I'm not gonna try because I can't remember. I'm sorry, buddy. I share them. I share them on my community page all the time.
I'm used to it because everybody's like, "What is it? What is your name?" I'm like, Ahmed. It's the first three letters of America.
I had to ask it.
Right.
I had to ask it.
It's a doozy, and I mean, it happens. But I mean, that mansion is gorgeous.
Yes.
But
they're selling
that
it.
male voice is just insane.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Now the door opening, because we went back. I was actually going there. I was going to Bedford to check on PA's best, and I'm sorry to say this, ladies and whoever, PA's best little whorehouse. Pennsylvania's best little whorehouse is what it was called. I took pictures of it and I think I put it on my Facebook fan page. But yeah, I went there to actually check that out. And I found the phone number, called the old man. He didn't really want, he said he did it before and he's not really interested now. But on my way there and back, I saw this beautiful old mansion. And I stopped down to Historical Society in Bedford and talked to the ladies, and they started telling me stuff about it and all this and that. Went there to just take pictures, and I was like, let me check it out. And saw the door open. I was like, let me go in. I will say this, guys. I want to clear the air so nobody thinks anything. I hate when people go into places and destroy places because, for one, it ruins it for people that just want to go in there and catch stuff. That's all I want to do. Yeah. Skinner's Tavern, I even went in there and cleaned up stuff one time because some jerk face busted a chair and kicked holes in the wall. And it makes me mad because, like I said, I'm not going into a place to destroy it. I look for anything like a phone number, address, so I can get a hold of somebody because obviously I do not want to get in trouble for going to them places, Right. So some of them, like the Schudecker, I couldn't find nobody to get a hold of except for a realtor. And I knew realtors not gonna be like, oh yeah, go in there and ghost hunt. Like if I say, oh yeah, I have $200,000, I'm thinking about buying it, maybe they let me in there. But so that one I wasn't allowed in. That's why we were weird about certain stuff, like the lights being on and stuff. But the door in the very beginning of that video, the door opening up, was that wind? I don't know. But the weird part is I thought it led to downstairs, which I would believe, could cause a suction draft. But I did hear when Lindsay shut it, he slammed it. You can hear the top part wedges in first. That's the first part touched. That sucker still opened up, and we heard it closed. Yeah, and when we went upstairs, then I said something about we caught a bang. Well, I don't know if I caught it, like if I went back downstairs and put it on film, but I do know when we went back downstairs, that sucker was wide open. And we wedged it shut where we pulled on it too, and you couldn't open it just by like us nudging pretty good on it. Something pushed that sucker open or something. Now, at first, was it the wind? Don't know. But I know that very last time when he wedged it shut, and I even tugged on it to make sure, whatever opened it up later on, that was something. It had to have been. It had to have been. That
was absolutely freaky. I mean, because you were standing right there, and you're like, and Lindsay's, there's no wind, and it opens fully, and then you start seeing it close, and it's like, What the heck? I mean, crazy.
That place, and the basement was even creepier. It was seriously a labyrinth. You could get lost in the basement because there was like a room here, a room there, and it looped around. Like it was creepy in that basement. It was creepy. But the only reason why there's no videos of us investigating, there was way too many bats. Way too many bats down there. So I was like, yeah, we'll show them what it looks like when we're getting back upstairs. I'm not getting attacked by them.
I want to say hello to Levy at Diego Papa TV.
Oh, is he on here?
He is.
Papa TV? Oh, yep. What's up, man? What's up?
Levy's awesome. He's a good guy.
I watch your stuff, buddy. I watch your stuff. Good stuff, man.
So let's do 6 questions. Get to know you questions.
I'm going to lie and make it all sound good, too. No, no, it's going to be all truthful.
Thank you, honey. You can sit down. Oh, okay. Sorry. Little Chrissy here is.
I'm amazed my cats haven't been jumping up here trying to get their little buttholes. If anybody would like 2 beautiful cats, I will sell them and shit. No, I wouldn't do that.
Oh.
I said it in my last live chat. They are boogers.
Okay, so the first question.
Hold on. For the cats. I don't like to play with cats.
You don't like playful?
No, I don't just very playful with cats.
No, she's not. You don't like cats, do you?
These cats love dog. You gotta see, because we got actually 2 cats outside, and they love the cats outside. Will sneak in, and she loves our dog. So is our other cats too. That's why we kept them.
Our little dog, we rescued her, and she was part of a dog fighting ring. And
my uncle's dog was like that.
I
bet she's the biggest sweetheart ever, ain't it?
She is a love bug, but she is covered literally from snout to tail in scars all over her body. But she wasn't a fighter. She was a breeder. So, you know,
my uncle's dog was a fighter. It was a Rottweiler pit bull. But you know what? It didn't have a mean bone in that dog. I love that dog. God rest his soul. I love Harry.
She don't like little critters. She's terrier. She's not pit bull. She's terrier. But she's a doozy. So I don't like dogs and I don't like cats, and I'm happy the way it is now.
Where is it?
Okay, so our first question. What is the furthest you've been from home?
Furthest I've ever been for home? Just for anything though, right? Could be anything.
Anything.
The Bahamas.
Ooh.
Went down to Freeport and Nassau.
Oh, nice.
It was beautiful.
Okay, next one, number 2. What is the most annoying habit that other people have?
Scraping their plate with a fork. Just sitting there. They can't hold it at an angle. They have to hold it upside down like this and with their food. I cannot say it. Look, my wife's upstairs laughing because she knows what I'm talking about.
my son.
That. She's like a Viking when she eats. She's like stabbing it and has to go like that. God,
I'm just like your wife, and my son's going, Mama, stop.
Oh, I can't stand it.
Mine is people crunching on food. I've even made myself annoyed eating chips. Just eating chips.
Since my wife's on here, and this is what annoys her. Ready, Brian? Here. Can you hear it? Can you hear it, Brian? That's what annoys her. Since she wants to be up there laughing about the fork on the plate. She can't stand people chewing on fabric.
Right. Have a wonderful night, Joe. I'm so glad you made it.
Thank you for joining in, buddy.
Number 3, what is something you will never do again?
Oh, that's a tough one. That really is a tough one. Man, I don't know. I truthfully, I'm sure I've said it millions of times. Like, I'll never do this again. But I cannot think off the top of my head because I usually I'm the type that will try anything, and I usually like everything. We're going to have to circle back because I'm going to have to think of that one because that one's a tough one. That's a tough one.
Okay, number 4. This should be easy. How many tattoos do you have? Which one is your favorite? Which one is your worst? And you don't have to show them. You don't have to show them. You can just explain because we all know we all have tattoos. I have bad ones.
Yeah. Man, my favorite. I want to say my favorite is the skull with the 4-leaf. My most recent one. My worst one, man. I got some bad ones, but I'm mad that I got this one on my neck. Even though I want a different one, I keep saying this. I don't like it on the neck because people see it and certain people will get the wrong idea when they see it. But I want a big, I want a big like eagle or something on the front of my neck, but I don't know. I got some friends that, I can tattoo, and then we were young, and I don't know. I got a lot of them. So I'll say about 80% of my tattoos I don't like. I got a couple that are good and I like.
Yep.
So, but I'm gonna get one more. It's gonna be. I'm gonna hide it more though. I'm not gonna have it because actually this ruined me for the military at first. When I tried to get in the military, because it was above the neckline and all your tattoos at the time was hidden. So it ruined one of my other dreams besides paranormal was the military.
Okay, number 5. Which foods do you absolutely hate?
I eat everything. My dad was always taught me, like, you at least try it before you say you don't like it. But I will say that I don't like, there's 2 things. I like it, but I don't. I don't like dumpling soup because of the dough. And I don't like cold cut hoagies because the hoagies get soggy, soggy bread. That's why I don't like dumpling soup or cold cut hoagies. I'll tell you the story real quick. It's a quick one. I had a babysitter, very religious woman. She made sloppy joes and never drained the grease and let them sit there for, 20 minutes until we came inside to play, and they were all soggy. And I remember eating it. It tasted funny, or it just felt funny. And I was like, I don't like it. And she was like, you're going to eat it, and shoves it in my face. And ever since then, I don't like soggy bread. So dumpling, and I'll eat cold cuts, but it can't have tomatoes and lettuce because the lettuce makes the bread soggy.
Right.
But everything else, I'll eat. Everything.
It's funny. Everybody laughs at me because they're like, you're a Southern girl and you don't like chicken and dumplings. And I was like, I don't like boiled dough.
Yes, I can't. It's just too chewy and slimy. I don't like it. It's like soggy bread. I don't like it.
Everybody's like, you're from the South, and nope.
I can eat little ones, but my mom, bless her heart, she makes good food, but she'll make the gigantic ones.
I don't like it.
My wife will even see me when we get hoagies. I'm like pulling off the soggy bread on the bottom because I just can't do it. It makes me gag. I don't like it.
No, I get it.
But everything else I love. I eat anything and everything, and I love it. I do. I eat weird stuff, and it doesn't bother me. I even ate like octopus, and it was like spicy, soggy bicycle tire. Is what it tasted like. It was like really chewy. Octopus is very chewy, and I ate it. It's weird.
Yes,
but I ate it. I'll eat anything. I don't care.
When I moved to Holland, I had to learn to like food. Like in the South, we do sauerkraut.
Yeah.
I've never liked sauerkraut. but my husband fixed it with just a little bit of sugar to take
Yes, you got to have sugar.
harsh-
You got to have sugar. Yes.
and
Especially the next day, sauerkraut the next day with sugar in it is the best. Oh, look, you got
see,
me hungry now.
I've never had that, and I've always
Really?
had
Yeah,
just this
I don't
sour.
like it sour. Yeah, I don't like it sour. I like it sweet like that. I love it. Oh, you're making me hungry.
And
We're
I
starting
never
talking about
liked.
food.
I know. I've never liked eggplant and zucchini, and my husband was like, "Just try it," and
It's good.
so it just opened up so much stuff.
Yep.
You know,
That's why my dad.
I didn't like calamari, and then now suddenly
Delicious.
I love and my kid loves. He thought they were onion rings, and we're like,
Really?
no, they're not onion rings. I was like, no.
Good.
And so he's like, what is it? And I was like, it's squid. And he's like, huh? I was like, if you like it, who cares?
Yeah, by then it's like my kids were like that with deer bologna. I didn't tell them what it was because they're like, oh, deers, but I gave them deer bologna and they're like, oh my god, this is so good. And then finally after they ate some, I'm like, that was deer. So now I guess they eat it as long as I don't tell them. Maybe I don't know.
Right.
But maybe they're all right with it. But yeah, I'll eat it.
Hello, my child. Come here. Come here. Come here.
Come say hello.
Come here. Say hello. No, the camera's right here. Come here. Come here. He's going.
He's like, Mom. No, Mom.
I'll hold your hands. I'll go be here. We'll protect you. Max wants to see you. Max wants to see you. Jeremy wants to see you. Come here. They can hear you.
We can all hear you, buddy. We all hear you.
He's now he's in the fetal position on the floor.
We've been waiting an hour and 37 minutes for you to come in here just so we can say hi to you.
He says they've been waiting an hour and 30 minutes. Get that out of your mouth.
I wish the little one was here because I'm telling you, you guys would get a laugh out of her. She would have been, seriously, she'd be jumping around here trying to get on camera just so she can see.
You big chicken.
Like I said,
Okay.
if you guys go to my channel, my YouTube channel, you'll see a couple videos of my kid. My daughter actually went with me.
I saw that.
Brown. Yeah, she's
gorgeous.
pretty brave. Yeah, I know.
You're gonna be in trouble.
I already am. I got to hear about all these because she cheerleads, so I got to hear about all these cute boys on the other team. I'm like, why do you tell me this? I was like, do you want these boys to not be able to play basketball no more? Because I will break their leg. I shouldn't say that. I'm only joking.
I'm a mom of a son, and I already know. I was like, you're going to go in, and if you promise something, you better follow through with it with the father. Yep, yeah. But we don't like girls, do we?
Or am I not joking? Boys that might be watching, come near my daughter.
So
but she actually, believe it or not, that night that we went to Enoch Brown, we caught something, and it's not her breathing. She doesn't wheeze. Yeah. She don't do that. And
we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that. Oh,
I didn't know if you had that one up.
Oh, that's a doozy. So the last question is, what's your favorite holiday and why?
That's a hard one to pick because, man, it's like Christmas or Thanksgiving. Because somebody's yelling upstairs, yelling something.
I think you got a ghost.
Well, one of them were saying a holiday. It's probably my oldest talking about Christmas just because of toys or something. But yeah, I don't know. I like Thanksgiving. I like to eat and spend time with people.
Yeah.
Oh, they're saying Halloween. Brandy's up there saying Halloween. She likes Halloween, but I gotta be the one.
Somebody's blushing. Your wife just said she's blushing. She's up here blushing. Uh-oh.
Why are you up there blushing for? I don't even know why she's blushing there. Yeah, she likes Halloween. She loves that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Maya's blushing? She said Maya's blushing up there.
Ah. And she's 14, isn't she?
Yes. 14 going on like 24.
And Derek, she is cute. Oh, Derek's so cute. He's not into the girls right now.
Good. Stay that way, buddy, for a while. Worry about school.
That's
And women will get you in trouble.
That is what we've told him. Yep. We're like, go out, live your life, have fun, do everything. Yep. Have you thought about...
Brand, can you bring me down that other drink in there, please? Sorry, guys.
That's okay. So have you thought about something you will never do again?
What is something I'll never do again? What do you think?
Don't mind the jammies.
Don't mind the jammies. What is something that I'll never do again? What if you always heard me say, like, I'm never going to do this again? This is bullcrap. I know I've said it. I just can't think of what I would say.
Have any more kids?
That, I think she nailed that one. She nailed that one.
3 girls that will definitely keep you on your toes.
Yeah, well, yeah. So, yeah. Maybe in an earlier age, I would have thought about more, but that's about it. I think that you nailed that one on the head. I don't think there's anything else other than that. Probably right there. Probably right there.
And your wife is gorgeous. Yes,
thank you. Even if she's in her PJs walking around, she don't care. She said thank you.
Most definitely welcome. So that's what I wanted to talk about was, oh my goodness. I mean, it just was absolutely awesome. I'm trying to find my notes. There it goes. The Enoch Brown Schoolhouse.
Yes.
You've got a lot of good spirit box responses.
Yes.
And I heard possibly a child EVP say, hey.
Yeah.
It was a little tough one, but I kept going back over it, and I was like, that sounds like a child saying, hey.
There was a lot. Actually, I'm going to grab the picture real quick. It's right here. Mm-hmm. Oh, they ain't behind me, but it's right here in front of me. Let me grab it. You got to see this, because this is also caught there at the same place. But that one I kind of just wanted to take her somewhere where it's not creepy.
Right.
She could have fun, but I do know that we would possibly catch some stuff there. But backtrack a few years prior, me and Brandy went there, and I forget how I heard. Me and my mom used to always go look for this place because there's 2 different places. There's Brown's Mill School, and then there's Enoch Brown School. And I finally went to take Brandy there because, like I said, we were into ghost hunting and stuff, and we went there on Christmas Eve. It says 2012, which would be right because me and her met in 2011. So it'd be 2012. And I was just not, and I'll tell you the story. Now, I know as an investigator, because I read stuff and all kinds of stuff. So I know what to do, what not to do. Yes, there is some stuff that I might not know what to do, because, there's always a trick that, you don't know. But I do know, like taking pictures in the cold, you try to hold your breath when you're outside. I do know to hold my breath and certain stuff. Now, is this matrix? What I'm about to show you, is it matrixing? I don't know. Is it pareidolia? Don't know. But it's weird to me. Now, like I said, I can't say for sure 100% is it a spirit, but I feel like now it's a different color of a picture, but I mean, tell me that don't look like a girl wearing a dress.
Yes.
And we took a ball right there. Right there's a ball. Oh, right there. Yeah. We took a ball on Christmas Eve. And we were like, hey, we brought you something. Now I took a trigger object. I took an arrowhead because in the 1724. I can't remember the exact dates. It was before the Revolutionary War and all that. 2 Indians. Here's the sad story. I didn't know the whole story until the last time I went there. 2 kids were outside playing. The teacher, Enoch, was half blind, kind of. Really hard to see him. The kids were like, teacher, we see 2 Native Americans coming down the lane. And the teacher was like, no, it's not. No, it's fine. And he kept saying, no, teacher, it's 2 Native Americans. He said, go inside. I'll take care of it. And goes inside. I don't know if they killed him outside or what, but the 2 Native Americans ended up scalping and killing 9 children and 1 or 2 teachers, but with only 1 survivor, which is Eddie McCullough. He was found down at the spring, which is right past the mass grave that's down there. And their bodies are there. They're still there. It's a mass grave with everybody that died there. But I was up there a year after me and her met. I was taking a picture. I held my breath. I laid an arrowhead on where the schoolhouse would have been. And right when I laid it down, I started asking a question. The K2 started going off. Right as the K2 started going off, I get ready to snap a picture, and I saw this blob of like light or something go foop right past me. And right as it went past me, I saw it. I was like, what the heck was that? All right, snap the picture. And that's what I captured. Now, like I said, is it pareidolia? I don't know, but that looks like a damn spirit. Like you can see the arm. You can even see the neckline of like the actual shirt, buttons. Like you can see like a dress, and it looks like she's kicking the damn ball, like going for the ball that I put there. But I laid the arrowhead right up here, which I still got the arrowheads right over here somewhere up there. But yeah, that's what I captured there. So that's why I wanted to take her there, because I know we captured stuff, and that place is insane.
The one thing that I found absolutely, I had to go back 3 or 4 times to relook at this. You see a little girl.
Oh, that thing that walked
black hair. Yes. I was sitting there focusing on it. It's a little girl, black hair, very stringy looking. It looks like she has this little white dress and barefooted.
What, is it the one where we're down by the mass grave? Is that the one? Yeah, and there's like looks like something's like walking the wood line.
It's a little girl.
And that's would have been the spring where they used to go to maybe get drinks or fill up water things. And that was the spring down there. So they probably would have walked that trail down to the spring.
And I had to watch it because I was like, well, it's not his daughter because she doesn't have the black hair.
No. Yeah. She was behind me filming on her camera behind me.
And I caught that and I kept looking and looking. And I was like, that's a little girl walking.
Yeah.
And I guess she's walking from the creek.
Yeah, walking from the creek, going towards the schoolhouse where it would have stand.
Okay. Because I was like, that blew my mind more than anything. I was like, that is stunning and creepy.
The other thing that I feel like I captured on there was the only reason why we were doing this, when I went there by myself the one day, I was down by the mass grave and I kept hearing this, like, it sounded like a swing or a seesaw. Just, you could hear like, and I didn't know what it was. I looked all over the place, couldn't find nothing. And then when me and my oldest went, we were, I told her about it. I said, man, I kept hearing, it might've been like a couple of days prior. I knew it was real recent when I heard that versus when we were there. And I started telling her a story. I was like, you know what? I was like, let's check the seesaw. Let's check the swings just to see if something squeaks. So I could be like, oh, it was this or it was that, whatever. So we were testing everything, and we were testing the seesaw to see if it make a noise. No noises, but that's when we caught, I feel like we caught that. It would sound like somebody was gasping for air or somebody was being choked or something, or throat slit. Who knows? I don't know what the Native Americans would have did. I know they scalped them. But it wasn't my daughter. I even let her listen to it. I said, did you make that noise? She was like, no, Dad. And she don't wheeze or nothing. I mean, she's an athlete, so she don't wheeze or make goofy noises like that. So I feel like it was definitely, could have been something. Yeah. Gasping for air.
That's crazy. And I guess if anybody has questions, you can go ahead and start putting them up in chat. And we can chat up. And it'll probably take a little bit, but that one really blew my mind. I know in the Franklin County old jail,
Hmm.
I heard a child very clearly say home and hi.
Well, you probably you would have heard women. Apparently the sheriff, or who would have been the constable, is what they would have been called back then. He would have allowed ladies of the night, and
Ah,
if they would have had children, he would allow,
yeah,
and not in a sexual way. He would let them during the winter
right.
come there and stay. So he would allow them to be in certain parts, and obviously away from the jailhouse guys, but
Mm-hmm.
and or also they would have had, it would depend on which area you would have heard it at, but you would have had the family on the one side, and then
Yeah.
like I said, he let ladies of the night with their families. He said up to one time they found records, he allowed 50 women that was from ladies of the night in there to
Wow.
stay during the winter so they wouldn't freeze to death and stuff like that. And they helped around there, cleaned and helped cook and stuff like that. That place is awesome. I love that place. Man, I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm going to call him. I'm going to call him because he had a couple other places lined up for me. They kind of fell through, but he's an awesome guy. And like I said, I'm going to try to get something to make it. So if whoever's in Gettysburg, Hagerstown, even if you're an hour and some away, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
go up and visit it. But hopefully soon, guys, I'm going to try to work something out with him. I don't even want to get paid for it. I just want to be able to investigate there for free. If I could set up ghost hunts, I'm sure it'd be cheap. It'd probably be like, this is just me throwing something out there, maybe $25 for a couple hours, 3 hours. So I'm going to try to talk to them and see if they would allow something like that to let me run it. So, but please check it out. Even if I ain't running it, they will.
Gettysburg
Please check it out.
is awesome.
Yes, Gettysburg is too. Yes.
I had I'm friends with a paranormal couple from New York, and they went down there and they went to Jenny Wade's house. They went to several places and caught some crazy stuff. I mean,
my
and
dad
that
had
was
a
what I
shop
was
right
going to
there.
talk about. That's what I was going to talk about was there's the covered bridge,
Mm-hmm.
which I had to laugh because you could hear the bats. You could hear the squeaking. I was like, God,
Yeah.
how many bats are in there?
There's tons. There was like clusters of them.
Yes.
We wouldn't even see them at first. Those creepy little suckers.
I mean,
And
I
you
like
didn't even know they
bats.
were up there.
I love them. I love them. But it was so amazing that I could hear the squeaking of the bats. But you got, at the covered bridge, you got some really good responses.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was very, very interesting. Then you went to Spangler Springs.
Yep, Spangler Spring. Yeah, that one's a sad story. Spangler, I don't know his first name, but he fought for the Union and ended up dying. The wife didn't know, he didn't know that his wife was pregnant at the time, and she ended up somehow finding out that she was her husband was dead, and she was going to find him to tell him, or find somebody to be like, "Hey, can you please tell my husband I'm pregnant with this child? He needs to survive this." Come to find out, he's dead, and she ended up killing herself down by the spring. So if you ever watch Ghost of Gettysburg, I don't know which chapter. I think it's the first or second chapter of the series or whatever it is. It talks about it, and people was actually witnessed her coming across the road right near Spangler Spring.
Mm-mm.
I used to ride my bike through there at night as a kid, 13 years old. That place is crazy. I used to grow up there. I loved it. I grew up at Jenny Wade's house and the Blue Boy, Stevens Hall. I grew up at those two places. I mean, literally grew up there. Like I hung out there all day long while my dad worked there.
It's crazy because I was telling my friend, I was like, I would love to go there. She goes, I would love to see you there and filming you and everything you're picking up.
Well,
I mean,
you guys ever come to Gettysburg, please get a hold of me. I will show you around. You don't even need to pay a tour guide. I will show you places that you've never seen and never will see versus everything else too.
mm-hmm.
And plus, great places to eat. I can show you some real good places to eat too.
Oh.
Yeah, Gettysburg's a good place. Gettysburg's a good place. It is. It's beautiful and sad at the same time because there's literally still bodies there. They couldn't get them all. You know, they don't know where people landed. Which, like I said, I'm going there next weekend.
I know. I don't understand our child. He leaves his blanket on the floor. Sorry. At Spangler Springs, Lindsay went down. He went down into the steps, and you could hear very clearly somebody go, "Hey."
Yeah.
I was like, okay, that's crazy. But didn't you also? Was it possible cannon? I know I heard a gunfire.
Now here's the weird thing. So I know at Devil's Den we heard gunfire.
Okay. Okay.
You now it's Gettysburg. It's still country areas, but where we were, it's nothing but battlefield. And you can't be shooting guns because, for one, there's a lot of deer that's on the battlefield.
Mm-hmm.
Two, those deer are protected on this battlefield.
Yep.
You ain't shooting. You get caught shooting a deer. I mean, you almost could possibly. It's not just like you lose your gun and you get a fine and so like
Right.
you get serious trouble shooting a gun. You can actually get in trouble if they really wanted to. If you're on the battlefield with a K2 meter, you could actually get in trouble because it's electromagnetic field, magnetic. You could possibly find relics using a K2, old bullets, belt buckles, guns. So if they really wanted to, they could get you in trouble for using a K2 on the battlefield. But also, I don't think I still had the video. And I put that on my channel. I hate to say this, but I got a plug. I got memberships now. The memberships, the best one, the highest tier. I have a bunch of footage I've never released. It's still sitting there. I've never gone through it. And to the members, I'm gonna put up the videos just to them. It's gonna be. I'm never gonna put it on my channel, unless I catch something amazing. Obviously, I've never gone through it. It was. I think I accumulated so many videos that like I jumped to the next one, and I was like, oh crap, I got this one. I was like, this place is awesome. I'm gonna use this one, and I never used them. But we were there, and we had the weirdest thing. It was a certain area. It was only 50, 60 yards wide, and it would look like heat lightning. But I mean, heat lightning doesn't pertain to one small area. It's usually goes across the sky, and you would think it was cannon fire. It was like weird. It was like 50 yards wide. Ba 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 ba. Was it in Spangler Spring one, or was it in the new one? I'm getting.
I could have sworn it was Spangler.
Okay, maybe it was in Spangler's. I couldn't remember because we did one when we went back to Spangler's, I think, and I wasn't sure if it was that one because we went to. Never mind. We went to Triangular Field in the new one, which that one's supposed to be the most haunted area of all. Well, one of the most haunted areas, Triangular Field. I forget where else we went in that one. Yeah, I have some good stuff. So any guys that would like to join membership, it's only like $7.99 or $8.99. I forget what it is, but
that's not bad.
And all my money goes to just helping me get to these places, you know, because gas and I mean, and plus to rent these places out, guys. I'm going to Pennhurst. Thank you to Jeremy Hess. It's like $1,000 for one night, just for a few hours. So that's the only reason why we do the memberships and stuff like that to help out. Like I said, I tell everybody I want YouTube to pay me. I want to make that big money from YouTube.
Right. Yeah.
And somebody just donated today. I wish I could remember their name. It's on my phone, but thank you to the person that donated today. That was the most I've ever gotten from one donation. So thank you.
That's awesome.
I wish I knew your name. I wish I knew the name. It's in my phone. It's a new person. But I got one person, Karen Gage. She donates and is a member, my first member I got. So I'm going to say thank you to her, which I thought she would watch. But
she's probably, I mean, we had some people in there that haven't really said anything.
And Tamara,
but that's okay.
If I remember correctly, I think Tamara, she picked on me because I had a mullet. I went for a mullet. I wanted to try something different with my haircut. And she picked on me about it. She's like, I'm going to donate $10 so you can get a different haircut. And she gave me $10. I think it was her. I think that was Tamara that did that. So
that's okay, because with my hairstyle, people misunderstand my hairstyle and they think I have a mullet. Because
mullets are back anyways.
You can't see, but all this is shade.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you couldn't tell at first whenever you're sitting there, because it looks like you just have like shades here or like, bangs and then long hair.
From here down to where you see the back.
Yeah.
About right here. It's all shaved.
I had a mullet forever and I loved it. I loved my mullet.
Everybody's like
rat tail.
Everybody's like, is that a mullet? And I was like, no, it's not a mullet. No. I get you misunderstand, but
I'm gonna bring them back. If I got to, I'll get a different one. I'm gonna get another mullet again. Dang it!
I saw that video. I was laughing. I was like, a mullet.
He did it differently than what I wanted. Hold on, somebody call me. I wonder if it was Tamara. No. See, bringing sexy back. See, that's what I'm talking. I think that's what I said in my video. I think I said I'm bringing sexy back.
Yep, that's my Frank. I call him. He's so funny, and I always say, "Are you going to behave yourself in my chat?" He's a good guy. I love him.
I know. I had some friends that said they were going to be on here, and I was worried. Actually. It's Joe Dirte.
That's my husband.
It's not Joe Dirt. It's not Joe Dirt. It's Joe Dirte. I'm French. That was from the movie. Matter of fact, a friend that said that he was gonna ride shotgun with the podcast. That's the guy I used to live with in McCallsburg. The one that would reach up and grab me and scare me while I was sleeping there at the haunted place. He said he was gonna be on here, but I don't think he's on here. A turd.
Oh,
he lied.
It's absolutely amazing. Like I said, I've gone through all your stuff because I do my research.
I'm glad.
Because I was like, you never know what you're going to pick up that you may not have the.
There's stuff that I might miss, and that's why I tell people, like, please pay attention. And if you guys subscribe to Lindsay's channel, whoever. He goes to the same place as I do. He don't investigate. And obviously, if I'm catching stuff and he's in the same place I am, he's catching stuff too. But he won't point them out. He's just there for the explore. He might have some gold in there that you guys might find that he doesn't even notice. He's just trying to post just a video of just him exploring.
Right.
I guarantee you. I told him, I said, man, you might have some gold in there, buddy. You might want to look. And he's not worried about it. He just wants to show him.
I love him. He's so laid back. He's just like,
that's Lindsay.
You're like, did you hear that?
No, bro. That's his word. Nah, bro. Bro. I'm like, all right, never mind.
He's a character.
Sometimes he'll hear like the knocks and bangs, but he never hears the voices. But like going back to what we talked about before, I think I'm deaf in one ear, and I think it helps me with decibels or something. Either decibels or I hear more out of one ear. Maybe I'm listening more because I am deaf in one ear.
Yep.
I can't explain.
You were talking about having to do tests, and they ping because I had to do the same. Oh God!
Joe Dirte. Is that a Hemi? That's a Hemi. That's my hero.
That is the best movie. Oh my God.
I just snorted too.
He's sitting here. I can see him, and he's scanning for pictures of JoJo.
Yeah, he messed up on my mullet though. I was mad about that. I told him not to go so close on the sides. I wanted it like Joe Dirt. Right. And he went too close on the sides, and he totally ruined it, and I was mad about it because I didn't like the mullet I had.
But I have to say, the stuff you get is absolutely just amazing. I mean,
yeah, like I said, I don't know if it's luck or what. Seriously, I can't understand how. I I think I just kicked one of my daughter's toys. I think I hear it making noises. I don't know. I used to say that my wife, I don't know if she was sensitive or if she attracted them, because sometimes, like Wilson Witches, I could go by myself and wouldn't catch all that much. It'd be really low, but she'd go and then it'd just be insane.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if maybe because I'm paying attention to them more and I am feeling sympathy for them or whatever the case may be. Maybe that's why. And I'm talking to them like a normal person would be sometimes. I don't know. But I swear, I'm honestly amazed at some of the stuff I catch. Like, seriously, I am. I don't understand how I've been so lucky at some of the places, a lot of the places I go in, that I'll at least catch a normal EVP without spirit box or even necrophonic. And I'm not big on necrophonic app because it's an app. It is an app. But having said that, for me to ask a question and for that to either A, answer it right away, or B, mimic what I just said.
Yeah.
Like, it will mimic exactly. As soon as I say it, a second later, it will say the exact same thing. Like I said, something about light, or I forget what I said. It was just at the Black Widow house. And it literally mimicked me like at least twice or something.
Yes.
Like, I mean, unless that creator of that app is that good where it somehow hears the word that you say and plays it, I don't know. Unless he's that good. That's the only other explanation it could be. I'm not big on it. But I have came up with good evidence from the necrophonic app. I have.
Yeah.
And I'm not big on apps. I've said that every single time.
You don't want me to put that.
What did the child say? All right, hang on. I can't read his writing. Something.
200 likes.
200 likes to get my son
On.
To get my son on.
What is it, a comment or something?
That's what my son, he wrote in a notebook and handed it to my husband and said, 200 likes to get my son on camera.
No shit. Well, I see 200 likes and I'll have another beer. That's what I see on here.
So would you like to explain that, my dear? The 200 likes.
Am I explaining something?
Yeah, because you posted 200 likes and I'll have another beer.
Oh, it's my favorite guy. Andrew.
She's
But it's always like, give me 200 likes and I'll take another shot.
Levy, I'm back. I had to walk the cats. What is Levy talking about?
You had to walk the cats?
Yeah, you're going to have to explain, Levy.
I play fetch with mine. Don't worry. I play fetch with mine.
Frank says he'll give you 400 likes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I have to censor my husband because
I'm checking.
I don't want.
Hold on. What? I'm trying to say I'm bad with names. I'm trying to remember. Ed or
Ed.
Okay, that's what I thought. What is your favorite beer? May I ask?
Should I tell him?
Is that here in America? Or is it in Holland?
Whichever. Well, Holland is probably something that we've never heard of, so maybe in
No.
America.
You'll know.
Well,
and I was shocked. His favorite beer is Heineken, but you have to. Mm-hmm.
Heineken Special Dark is good.
So
Heineken
in Holland is not the same as Heineken in America.
Well, I've heard that. I've heard Guinness is different in Ireland than it is in America. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Did he do it too?
Yes.
Guinness. Guinness is my favorite beer.
No,
it is my favorite beer.
Uh-oh.
Hey, here we go, Ed. Hold on. Hey,
hang on.
I'm half Irish. So
Hang
I'm
on.
half Irish.
Hang on,
So
he's getting
did he?
something, so I don't know what. But
I
I
wanted
know
to-
when I was in Holland, we went to the pub and he ordered a Heineken, and I was like, "This is good." I was like, "This is really good." I was like, not that I didn't like Heineken here in America, but there is a huge difference between
Really?
even the import is still does not taste the same. I was
I like
oh,
Heineken Special Dark is what I like. Like if I would drink Heineken, it'd be Heineken Special Dark. It tastes like coffee. Like it's so good.
ugh.
I'm a dark
I don't-
beer drinker.
See,
I don't like that Yingling Black and Tan or anything like that. That's
No.
gross. Like Guinness.
Another
Guinness
good one
what
is
I drink.
Palms, and Palms is like it's a Belgian beer,
Mm,
and it's red in tint.
yeah, well, that's kind of like Killian's. I like Killian's. It's like that in a
Oh,
way. It's like a reddish,
Palms.
like a cherry wheat.
Let's see.
Is that the one from Holland? That's the one from Holland.
We get this at Aldi's.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Oh,
and it tastes just like Heineken.
well, here, Ed. Can you hear me now?
Put your headphones
Can
on. He's asking you a question.
Yes, ma'am. I'm
Hang
right
on.
back. I'm just.
I wanted to tease him from our last conversation. I wanted to tease him.
All right. Go ahead.
Ed, the reason why I like Guinness, I'm half Irish. I'm part Irish, so I like it.
What half is it?
The good half.
Bottom half.
The good half. The good half.
Well, Irish cannot drink, so
That's what I got. I've been stuck on Irish liquor. They're actually really good at making liquor for some weird reason. I would have never thought that.
Mm,
They're actually really
well,
good.
that's not good whiskey.
yes.
They do. I hate to say it. It sounds cliche. Conor McGregor's whiskey, Proper 12, is actually really good. It is
Oh,
actually
wow.
really good. I would never thought it, but no, I found I like.
They're very good at making single malts. So,
What is it?
single malt.
Jameson.
Well, I just had a single malt tonight. I don't know who the name of it was, but it was a Scotch single malt, and it was actually really good. But
And
I got
Frank says Foster's makes you want to fight kangaroos.
hey, Foster's only does was it 2 or 3 things? I gotta watch the one word.
Uh-oh.
Sorry for saying this, but fight, screw, or climb a tree. One of the 3. You only do one of the 3. That's the only thing Australian beer does to you.
I'm not going to say anything because I thought we were talking beer here.
Oh!
Well, I'm telling you, Foster's, man, there's something with that one. But I found
What was it you had to have when you first came to America, honey?
A Ford F-150.
No, when you first came to America, you had to meet my parents. We had just come back from Mississippi.
He had to try Coors Light.
Jack Daniels.
Oh, you okay?
I got.
I did the same for Guinness.
That ain't whiskey. Whatever that is, that ain't whiskey. That's my father-in-law bought me some for Christmas. He bought me
Blue one?
the honey or something like that.
Oh,
Honey, yeah, Jack Daniel's honey. It's sweet. Ooh,
oh.
ooh.
No, I'm sorry.
He even the other night was like, "We're running low on Jameson."
See, that's almost one of my favorites too. I got. Oh. Speaking of which, I don't. Just
Oh.
the devil. My father-in-law was just calling me too. Speaking of the devil, I was just speaking of him.
His ears were burning.
Yep. Well, I said about going to a gun show tomorrow. God bless Pennsylvania. Actually,
Oh.
the South too. The South too. God bless that.
I heard they were, because I've got a friend that lives in Pennsylvania, and he's not happy with they're wanting to do something about the gun laws.
Yeah, they're trying to do it everywhere. That's why everybody's doing what they can now. I know you can't find ammo anywhere. You can't do
No,
anything like that. It's like
I
bad.
yeah.
It's bad.
Hmm.
Oh well.
My
Oh well.
my father, he legally sells guns. He's got his federal license.
Oh, it's FFL.
Hmm. And I remember the first time we found out when I was pregnant, because it took forever, because at the hospitals in Holland, they have cappuccino machines, and I love cappuccinos. So
Yeah.
I would down a cappuccino while I'm waiting for my ultrasound. So then when I do my ultrasound, he's hopping all around.
Yeah, I was gonna say they were like, man, you and the baby's heartbeat is at 100 beats per minute.
Uh-huh. And
Right.
so it took
Take my
forever
cup
to
with me.
find out what we're going to have. And we found out, and I told my dad, I said, well, you're gonna have a grandson. He went out and bought a shotgun.
No, for who though? Hey,
For his
Brandon.
grandson.
Oh, see, okay. Well, I'm waiting. The oldest can shoot. I need to take her, but
What?
can you give me a cigarette, please? Please.
Anyways,
Going
That's why
too
I need to
long.
get a vape thing. That's why I need a vape thing. I've been thinking
Yeah.
about it too, because people's been growling at me for, which is true, smoking while on camera, and I should stop. So I need to buy a vape thing so I can smoke a vape while I'm investigating. Well, they usually catch me at the tail end of smoking on there, but I gotta stop.
I want to go
That's
to
okay.
a castle. I want to go to.
Thank you.
I want to go to college that looks like a castle.
Oh, no, my kids are talking to me here.
I want to go that looks like a castle. I'm really at Hogwarts.
Right here with me. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I got some good places. I definitely got some good places in store coming up. Like I said, I do have Moundsville coming up, or not Moundsville, sorry, Pennhurst coming up in May. I don't know who all knows about it, but the Apollo Theater. Does anybody know about the Apollo Theater?
Mm.
It's where basically back a long time ago where African Americans were not allowed into theaters. So the Apollo Theater started their own theater, which was strictly African American. So
Right.
every musician that from Ray Charles to, you know what I mean?
Mhm. Yeah.
That's where they got their start at. And the Apollo Theater, because of being so old, has a reputation of it being haunted.
Oh, wow.
And the guy, he's gonna give me a permission for the Apollo Theater, the Round Mansion. I don't know if you ever heard of that. I think it's in West Virginia, but it's called the Round Mansion. A lot of people's gone there, like Paranormal
Is it the
Quest.
Octagon?
I don't know. That's what I thought when he said it, and I was
There's an
confused whenever he said.
Yeah, there's an
Yeah, there's
Octagon
an-
mansion.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's what he meant, because I think that is in that area. I don't know if I'm wrong or not, but I think it's like somewhere like West Virginia, Tennessee. I'm not sure, but he's offered me permission. And then I got the Kaiser Mansion, I think is the name of it. And apparently that's one I told you about, where the mafia, a hitman, had that. He was basically, he got to run the grounds to it.
Yeah.
Hide bodies that he would kill there, basically. And we had to wait till COVID be over for us to be able to go there.
That's cool. That's very cool. So,
It just sounded like a dang bear was just running out here. You should have heard that. Holy cannoli. Okay. I'm so glad that you guys allowed me to do this podcast too. You allowed me to be the first. Maybe that is it. Where does it say it's
No,
from?
that's not it, honey.
Oh, that's not it.
No, the Octagon Mansion only has one little octagon, and then the house kind of goes off to the side. That's not it. Where is
See, I
this?
thought
Where did it say it was?
try checking up maybe Round Mansion in Virginia. See, I don't know where the Apollo Theater is. I don't know if the Apollo Theater is in Virginia or West Virginia, but it's in the same state as the Apollo Theater. And then it would be called the Round Mansion on top of that, like whatever the Round Mansion is. But we had it all set up, and then obviously, God bless COVID, kind of ruined it for us.
So the Apollo is in West Virginia.
Okay, so the Round Mansion would be in West Virginia, whatever the Round Mansion is. I thought it was the same one. I thought Paranormal Quest and a couple other people went
Paranormal Quest, Paranormal Side. So it's the Octagon Mansion, honey. Type in Octagon Mansion. There it is.
Is that where is it in?
That's not
West
it.
Virginia?
That's not it. Because they're remodeling it because the bottom part of it in Paranormal Side said that it was attorney offices, and so they had to build stairs on the outside because the upstairs were apartments.
Oh,
And so now they're making it back to the original state, and it's only one part of the building because it wasn't completed by the original guy that was building it, and he sold it, and the guy finished it up.
well, I do know this. A lot of these places that you go to prefer for you to have your own insurance. And the guy, Jeremy Hess, who I've been talking to, who I'm supposed to go to Penhurst with, he has insurance, and I'm thinking about eventually getting my own insurance and teaming up with him because he's a real good guy. He goes to good places, and he has the same passion as we all do. So I would like to team up with him and have him a part, all of the same family to do stuff like that. Because he does really good, like drone shots and, history, gets the history part of it that I should do and I don't. And I have so many ideas or stuff that I want to do with my channel, and I don't, and I should, and it makes me mad. Like I when I do my videos, because I'm there for a while, I catch, or I feel like I catch so much stuff or stuff that's relevant that I got to put it up, but then I know the video is too long, and I do know people's attention span. They don't like long videos because obviously when you got a YouTube channel, you can see where they watch, how, when they drop off, they stop watching. And I see that all the time. So it's like, I have to sacrifice. It's either show them the evidence or show them either two-part. And I'm kind of stuck on what to do. And I don't know what to do with that part because I want to show them the layout of the house, but I also want to show them the evidence so they can see everything. But he does a really good job at both, and I'm going to get in good or meet up with him and start. But he's up near Philly, which is pretty far away from where I live. But I think that's where I was going to before with the paranormal field has to stick together. And where I'm from, there's people that don't like teaming up with other people, and it shouldn't be like that because we're all trying to prove the same thing. Yeah. Regardless if they're trying to make money off of it or not, they're still going to make their money. Whether if a person comes in that finds evidence, that's going to help them because they're going to be like, oh my goodness, this place is haunted. Let's go there and investigate, and we need everybody from the paranormal field needs to stick together. We all need to help each other. And just like with big name channels, if those big name channels, which I'll give a shout out, Paranormal Quest, they're decently followed. They got ranked #1 this year for their paranormal. they were nice enough, because I met the guy because I went there and investigated. He was nice enough to share my video on their fan page. And it helped me out. It gave me, 1,000 some subs and views and all that. And just that little gesture alone was just nice enough to be like, that was nice. That was nice.
Yeah.
He didn't have to, but everybody should.
Yeah.
Everybody should, try to help each other out, just because we're all in it for the same thing. We all have the same passion. We're all trying to prove to the naysayers that say ghosts ain't real. We all know they are. I know what I've heard.
Mhm.
I know, it wasn't me making the voices. I know it wasn't Lindsay. Somebody in that place was. And we're all trying to show it to the naysayers, and that's what we all need to remember and need to realize.
It's interesting because there's a paranormal group. It's called Your Paranormal.
Or was it?
Your YOUR.
Okay.
And they're very much into. They call it paranormal unity, and I watch their podcast. Sean and Brian, I think they're in Ohio, and really, really nice guys. And they are really big on that. We need to stick together.
We should.
And it's interesting because Brian, where Sean, they're two different groups, paranormal groups. So Brian is the Your Paranormal. Oh, Sean's, oh my goodness, I can't think of the name. He's been around a long time.
Okay.
Hinsdale House supports them.
Oh, I love Hinsdale House. I want to go there too. Like I said,
Mm-hmm.
I want to experience a dark entity or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like I do. I don't know why, but I really do.
There's something else with that property that I pick up. And it
Native American or something.
There's some elementals. There's another guy. Let me think. What is his name? Rick. Last name, forget it. But he does a podcast. He's been in the paranormal world a long time. He's been at the Hinsdale House. He swears he saw fairies, little blue lights. And he says it was in September, so it's not firefly season. And he said they even left an apple that they bit into and left it overnight and found where it had been burrowed and dug into and shredded, and even found little bits of the apple. And
hey, I'm open to everything.
Mm-hmm.
I am. And I'll tell you a quick story, which I have 4 people that can corroborate the same story. Now, it's part of the unknown. It's a little different than the paranormal, but we were teenagers riding around in the mountains, because that's what we used to do when we were younger, ride around in the mountains and just get into trouble. And we're riding around, and we stop on, we're on a dirt mountain road. I mean, you were in the mountains on an old logging road. And we stop, and we're sitting there doing something, and we stop, and I'm looking out the window. I'm on the back passenger side, and it was in an SUV. I'm looking out the window, and I see this light down through the woods. And I know where we were, there was no roads. There was no other roads except for the one that we were on. And I'm like, I got everybody's attention. I'm like, hey guys, look at this. So they all turn, and it's me, my best friend beside me, who in the very beginning of ghost hunting, before I met my wife, that's who I would go, which he was in the very first old jail. Jay, he was the one that we looked at. Well, yeah, he was in the very first old jail. But anyways, he's in back driver's seat backside, beside me in the backside. And then my cousin's in the front driver's seat, and her friend in the passenger seat. And we look over, and we're looking at this thing, and it's a light that's coming down through the mountains, through the trees. But we notice it's coming from above the trees, shining down. So we all roll down the windows. I'm like, is that a helicopter? But we have no music on. We're sitting there, and there's no noise. You can hear the wind blowing through the trees. You can hear the tree limbs moving and swaying because it's summer night. And we're all just stuck. Like, what are we watching? And you can see the light coming down over top of the woods, through the trees, down through the valley, following it. It goes over top of the car. We're all heads out the window staring at this thing. and you can see it just looks like a gigantic spotlight kind of above us, and it goes over top of the car, goes to the other side, and it just keeps, and there's no noise, nothing.
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean, like literally, you can hear just. There's a summer night through the mountains.
Mm-hmm.
The thing just keeps going, and then it's gone. I swear, because it took us, after we left, we drove for, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes, and none of us talked. None of us said anything. Till me, I was like, what the F did we just saw? I was like, please tell me, like, am I the only one that's going crazy? And they're like, oh my God, what? And then everybody, because I think everybody was just replaying it in their head, like, what was that? There was no helicopter. There was no blades you could hear in the air, like, nothing. And it came so slow. I mean, it just lightly hovered over right on top of the trees, shining light down into the woods. And so I believe in anything unknown. Like the world's so vast.
Yeah.
I think our minds, we believe what we want to believe. We only believe what would fit the scenario of our living, you know, and it even goes with Bible versus non-Bible. Like, you know, people, you know, what, like if they want to believe in the Bible to make it fit a scenario, they'll make that real. I feel like maybe even UFOs, they don't want to make it real because it doesn't fit in the scenario. But I believe in anything. The world is so vast. There's so much stuff. And I know what I saw. Yeah. Like, I know what me and you, if my friend was on here right now, he would chime in and be like, yes, what we saw, we feel like was a UFO. There was no questions there. But
well, they swear at the Conjuring house that there has been multiple UFO sightings on the property of the Conjuring. Yes. Several people believe UFO and haunted locations go hand in hand.
See, I also heard that Skinwalker Ranch too. The same type of thing happens. A lot of
UFOs. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the one thing I've always said is I've come across one elemental, and I was like, nope, I ain't going to go near there. Nope, I can deal with any ghost, angry, easygoing. I don't care. I don't want to deal with no.
That's why I want to go to Ireland, because of hearing stories about elementals and fairies. And, I have a friend who is from Ireland. His name's Lord Renal Zalik O'Bally. And he, sad to say, watched his family be murdered in front of him. And it had to do with the IRA. And I don't know, I think he was Protestant, because I think the IRA was Catholic. But anyways, he saw his dad get blown up in a car bomb, and his mother being shot. He got shot at and got shot as well. He said the only thing that saved him was a pub, because the pubs in Ireland had real thick wooden doors. But anyways, having said that, he said both times he's heard a banshee. Right before they both died, right before his dad was killed and right before his mother was killed, he heard a loud scream, piercing, and it wasn't, you could tell, because he said he knew it wasn't a woman. I think from the story, I think I remember him telling me was there was like nobody on the street. It was a weird van coming down and then started shooting. He swears up and down it was a banshee, and that's the same type thing. I feel like that's an elemental type being that would have done that, you know, a banshee or something. I mean, we don't understand it, so we don't know what it is. I'm not saying it's real or it's not real. We don't know. I mean, it could be. I wish I could find that guy. He's a good man. I wish I could find him and talk to him again.
Didn't the IRA try to do a bombing in Rotterdam?
Yeah. I know they did a lot. And my dummy self, I didn't know nothing about the IRA.
What, honey?
Hold on. We're not going to talk politics, right?
No.
Yeah, I didn't know about the IRA. Not from movies and everything else. I thought they weren't nothing bad. I thought it was just an army. And I said something about it, and he kind of got quite mad. And he explained to me then, he was like, this is what the IRA really is. And then
Yes.
obviously my ignorance, you know, so he helped me. He was like, no, man, this is what it was about. And this is what.
Yeah,
So,
I'm not going to get into it, but you know that there were Americans sending
Yes.
Americans over to
Yes.
the IRA to fight for the freedom of North Ireland. It was like,
Yeah. I mean, I had a friend that was English, and he went up to New York to visit a girl and took him into an Irish pub, and he's like, "You do know I'm English. You do know I am not pro IRA." He's like, "But he went in there and drank anyways, and he you know him, honey. You know who I'm talking about." And he doesn't hold his feelings back. He's like, well, you better be prepared. There might be a big old barroom brawl going on. I mean, the
I really
English
wish
has
to
no
find
love.
this guy. I do. I want to find this guy because the story, his wife is the great granddaughter, or I don't know how many greats, but his wife is the great granddaughter of Rob Roy, is what he says. Now, I feel like I don't think he's lying because after he pulled up his pant leg and showed me the 2 or 3 AK rounds that went through his leg, you kind of tend to believe that he's probably not going to tell too many stories. I mean, he's showing AK rounds at his leg that when he was running into the pub when his mom got killed, that's how he got hit. He got hit a few times as he was running in. So kind of hard to not believe anything else. But he was like, please come to Ireland.
Mm-hmm.
And the stories he would tell me.
I would love to go to Hell's Club.
Yes.
See, I want to go to Hell's Club.
Yes. Yes. There's so many different places I would like to go to.
You're over there laughing.
I want to go to Pavelia Island, Hell's Club. I've had offers.
See, my husband's multilingual, and he lived a little bit in Italy. So we would never, I would never be able to see anything.
Well, see, my thing is just the costly prices probably traveling over there. But my dream would be to go to a cross country somewhere. I'd be happy with just going to the UK and investigating.
I've been to the UK. I've been to Scotland, Germany, Belgium, Luxembourg. Oh my God, the castles.
Yeah.
It is insane how many, and the castles are all original. We went to the castle in Edinburgh, and I was so disappointed because everything is modern. Where
really?
Luxembourg, you take the tour and you can see where they're not called outhouses, but you just sit on this wooden plank and do your business, and it all goes down the side of the castle into the moat.
Yeah.
And, the history, and we went to Battle the Bulge museums.
So that's the other thing too. I don't know if it'd be disrespectful though, but I would love to be able to investigate the World War II, even the World War I. The Maginot Line, and everything with World War I and World War II, and I think that'd be cool to investigate it. No, not cool, but I feel like you would catch a lot.
There's a guy I follow, and all he does is he's got a YouTube channel, and all he does is what am I trying to think, honey?
Metal detect?
He metal detects. He's also yeah. Thanks. He also has underwater drone, so he can go underwater and pull things up. And he went one night to a forest. He doesn't give his locations, and you could hear things in the woods. And he's like, he's not paranormal at all. And he's like, am I losing my mind? He's like, you can hear stuff moving in the forest.
Oh,
It's not animals.
yeah.
And it's kind of like, because not even 20 minutes away is a bit, it's in one of the top 10 bloodiest Civil War battles.
Oh, wow.
And then we found out just a 5-minute walk up the street from us was another little kind of skirmish that happened literally right here.
Yeah.
And there's stop. God.
Was it a gunshot? A gunshot?
No.
I thought he was mimicking the battle.
He threw an empty bottle and he just scared the dog.
I thought it was mimicking the
but
battle.
There's people, because there's trails throughout this battle area. And my sister has even told me that when she was doing a police academy, they had to run through one of the even bloodiest parts of the battlefield. And she says, you're running and you feel like something's chasing you.
I know that feeling. Believe me. At least through Gettysburg. I know that feeling. There's people that says, and they're not even paranormal, they're ganging up on me. Hey, do you want to
say it loud? Say it loud.
Bam.
Here, do you guys want to see the stray cats that, like, these are the most prettiest stray cats I've ever seen.
I've seen them.
Oh, have you seen them? Like,
yes.
What kind of stray cats like that
Siamese.
come around?
That's a Siamese.
That is the craziest thing. And they won't leave. She's sitting on my motorcycle, and then she's over. You can't walk out of my garage door without stepping on her. But they're beautiful cats. God, they're beautiful.
They are. Well, I think we're going to have to cut this short because I haven't fed my family. And
cut it short. Hell, we talked for almost 3 hours. That was a good one.
I know. And I have a child here screaming that he's hungry.
Yes,
well, tell him. Tell
nothing.
Jeremy. He can hear you right here. Huh?
Stranger danger.
Stranger danger. That's a good rule to live by, buddy. Good rule to live by.
He says that's a good rule to live by.
Stranger danger.
I think he's okay. Come here.
No.
Say, I'll get off if you come on here and say bye to everybody.
Hey, you got to say, let's get scared.
See, once you say, let's get scary, you got to get on camera and go, let's get scary. Come on.
Only if I can watch.
He has to say my slogan.
Come on.
He has to say my slogan.
Watch YouTube while eating.
That's Jeremy's slogan. Let's get scary. Come on. Come on. Come on. Nobody's going to bite.
Can I at least stay off camera?
No. Come here.
No. He's like, can I stay off camera?
Come on. We'll get off if you come on.
If you just say it, I'll be happy. Even if you just say it. Say, let's get scared.
You don't need to stay on.
He says, if you just say it. You guys say it loud enough for everybody to hear. Let's get scary.
Can I say it off camera?
Yes, you can say it off camera.
That ain't the deal now. You keep reneging on the deal.
Come on.
There we go.
We're in a little fetal position on the floor. I don't know.
Stranger danger. Don't talk to them.
Do what?
Don't mean stranger danger. Don't talk to them. They're all strangers.
They're all strangers.
We're all part of the paranormal family.
You got a mustache going. I mean, what are you talking about, stranger danger? You got a mustache going.
He's becoming a man.
I know. I'm not ready for it. I'm not ready for it.
Dog.
He says you're becoming a man.
I already am.
Oh. I'm gonna talk about those armpit hair. Oh, like I got my father-in-law messing with me. Now, look, see, I said about the gun show. Now he's ready to go. He's messaging me like, so what's going on? Are we going?
Right. Come on.
But I'm going to say to you guys, thank you so much for allowing me to be on this podcast.
Oh, no. Thank you for coming and accepting. I mean, it was an absolute joy. I mean, you're truly wonderful.
Well, so are you. And I
thank you.
Because I had so much fun. I really did. And I hope to do more. Glad. You can have me back anytime.
Oh, well,
You can have me back anytime. And anytime you guys come up, if you ever take a road trip to Gettysburg, please be more than welcome to message me. I'll show you guys around, and you ain't got to pay that tour prices and all that stuff. I can show you around.
No, they do the same thing, because when they came down, they went straight down from Tennessee all the way down to the big battle area, and they were going to burn Atlanta.
Yeah,
they destroyed the square, and we've got a haunted tour there, and I'm like, I'm not paying that money. I already know what's haunted. I was born and raised here. I already know. I can go. Yes,
that's why I used to sneak. That's why I say. That's why when I was a kid, I used to sneak onto the little haunted ghost lake tours or whatever. Because I ain't paying that. I ain't paying. But also, like I said too, to whoever watches this and stuff and rewatches it, check out Gettysburg Ghost Exchange. They do have some really nice equipment. They really do.
I can tell you right now, you've got a couple of subs. I mean, because I've seen throughout the chat, people are like, I'm subbing. So good. I'm glad. That's the whole thing. For me, I'm not able to ghost hunt. I miss it, but I'm just, there's no way I can
what
pull
you
it
do
off.
is important anyways, too. What you do is even more important also, because we get to talk about our experiences that that we might not talk about on camera, or even like I said, what somebody acts like on camera is a little different than what they act like in person.
Right.
We're talking to a camera. We're just telling you what we're doing at that moment. So this is important too, because somebody get to see somebody and see how they really are, and what they are as a person. So what you do is very important.
I am tickled that you were able to come on here and share your experiences, your evidence, and
well, I'm tickled pink, so don't you worry. I'm tickled pink for it. I'm glad you had me on there. I was all excited. Like I said, I even went and got a haircut and a shave and everything. Turned up
Well, you have a wonderful night, and thank you. And I'll probably hit you up later for another interview.
Thank you so much. You have a wonderful night as well.
All right. I'm going to feed my family.
Yes, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you so much, guys. And I want to apologize. And you saw a little bit of him. I want to apologize. The freakish thing. Thank you so much, and putting up with our internet loss and everything. Weird. Thank you, Cassie. Good night. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I've got Get Spooky. They will be on I think it's the second week of February. They'll be on. Wonderful group of ladies. Wonderful. So I will see you guys then. Have a wonderful night. Thank you, Frank. You're so awesome. Thank you, Cassie. I appreciate it so much. And thank you for sticking it through. Y'all have a wonderful night, day, evening. And I'm going to feed my family. So thank you, guys. Are you going to keep me on, honey?